Spreading all around my room, my world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to the season and series finale of Ohio Bobcat Dynasty here on College Football 25. We've gone through so many different seasons with the Ohio Bobcats, trying to build them up and get them a national championship, something that most likely will never happen in real life. And we did that in the last episode. That was season number 7. So today we start season number 8. Now, how this video is going to work is we will do season number 8 like normal, where we jump in, play the moments for every single game of the year, hopefully make it to the conference championship game, then hopefully on to the playoffs, and hopefully back-to-back national titles. I don't know if that's going to happen, but that's obviously the goal. So once we do all that, we'll go through the off season like normal, and then once we get to season number 9 and going forward, we will simulate those seasons just so we can kind of see it through with some of the recruits that we brought in that haven't gotten a chance to play that I've been kind of excited about. Like, we have a freshman quarterback other than Kelsheem Ware, who's a sophomore this year. We brought in a freshman last year who's very hyped up. He's a very hyped up prospect, and I kind of want to see his career through, see how it plays out. So I want to simulate until most of the guys that we personally have a connection with have already left either for the NFL or for graduation. So the recruiting class that we will do here today in season number 8 will be the final one that we do myself, that I personally do. Then we'll have the CPU handle the rest of it, which they're going to continue to suck because CPU recruiting is god-awful. But at that point, we don't really care because we're just wanting to see the guys that we have recruited already play and have their time. So we're going to simulate a couple of years and see some of the main guys that I care about that are younger, see how their careers progress and see what they do in their college career. So that's kind of the layout of how this episode's going to go. It's going to be a long one, so buckle in, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and let's go see if we can defend our championship and maybe win another one. We currently sit ranked number 2 as we start year number 8. Here is a look at the schedule that we have for this year. We take on our rivals Marshall, which we had to schedule Marshall, obviously, even though we have joined the Big Ten for a couple years now. Then we have a bye week. Then we have Big Ten play against Iowa. Then another rivalry game against Miami of Ohio. These are the only non-conference games we're playing this year. We had to play these games because they're our rivals. But then it's all Big Ten, Michigan, Minnesota, Indiana, bye week. And then it's real jam-packed. It's USC, it's Illinois, Wisconsin, Washington, UCLA, and Maryland. So that is a pretty jam-packed schedule, pretty tough schedule. But that's the breaks you get when you're the national championship, the defending national champion. As mentioned, this is year number 8. We have yet to win a Big Ten title. We have won a MAC championship because that's how we moved from the MAC to the Big Ten. We joined a couple of years ago in 2029, went 10-3, didn't win anything. But then last year, we didn't win the Big Ten title, but we did make the College Football Playoff, won our home playoff game, or won a play. I don't remember if it was a home game or not. Went to the Fiesta Bowl, won that, went to the Cotton Bowl, won that, went to the national championship game, and won that. So we're really riding a pretty big high as we move on to season number 8. But as you can see, we started in 2024. We've consistently gotten better, had a little bit of a down year in 2027, but then came back firing with a 12-win season. That's how we left the MAC. And now since the Big Ten, I mean, we've played pretty well, including winning a national title. But this season will only go as far as Kelsheem Ware goes. He is so good, and maybe we would have been undefeated if we started him at the beginning of the year. Because remember, if you remember all the way back, I know it's been a long time since the last upload, but if you remember all the way back in season 7's episode, we didn't start Kelsheem Ware right out the gates, and we lost a couple of games early on. But then Kelsheem Ware comes in, and it was a totally different team. So, I mean, this man is he's unbelievable. He barely has any caps on his stats. He can get full elusiveness. He can get full accuracy. He's got elite dev. He's probably one of the best players we've ever had, and that includes Dougie Sims, who was the former best player we've ever had. But this is the freshman that I was talking about, Caleb Lyle. This is the aforementioned top prospect that has a lot of hype. Caleb Lyle coming in. He's got some caps on his stats, but he does look really, really good. And he's already an 83 overall as a true freshman. He is going to wear the red shirt because he's not going to start, so why waste a year of eligibility when we have Kelsheem Ware, who's obviously going to be starting. We also have a couple other freshman quarterbacks that are here. Jamarcus Ezekiel is here. Jimmy Dial, Cameron Best. We've got a lot of talent at the quarterback position, but obviously no more important than our national championship quarterback, Kelsheem Ware. Devin Crispin's one of our best players in the country. We've also got Alonzo Clausen, who I like. Lonnie Kramer's good. Greg Feely's got 97 speed. So, I mean, we've got a lot of talent everywhere, basically. And then at wide receiver, we've got the senior Alpha Higgins, Hugh O'Dwyer, who's got 99 speed, 97 excel, Matt Orenberger, Matthew O'Shaughnessy, Victor Pakulik, Lionel Wooten, and then we have guys that we brought in this past recruiting class that are all going to wear the red shirt. I mean, it's talent everywhere. We've got Jeremy Johns, who's a great player with 90 speed. We've got Richard Elam, Jermaine Kuma. I mean, Casey Berg's got 93 speed. Like there's talent so many different places. It's kind of disgusting. I feel like Ohio State or Alabama or Georgia or teams of that ilk who are just loaded upon loaded with talent. Most of our backups could be starters in most places around the country. But this is the final recruiting class that we're going to go after personally, that we're going to have our grubby little fingerprints on. I don't know how it's going to do. We only had 800 hours. So I've spread them out between positions that we desperately need, like corner. We have a lot of corners that are older, so I'm going after a few different corners. Some middle linebackers, some athletes. No quarterbacks this year, at least not in the... Or actually, I forgot. One athlete quarterback, which is Donovan Brees. But we're not going to go, like, super crazy on him because we have so many quarterbacks already in the room. But he is a very, very good athlete, so I certainly... You know what? I might even want to switch to Kendrick Cleveland. Or Kedrick Cleveland. There's no N in there. Because we don't need a quarterback as much as we need, or possibly could use a right tackle. So you know what? I think I might switch the 50 over to Kedrick Cleveland. And then toss that in there. Yeah, let's do that. So then we get in the race for him. We're already number 3 on Donovan Brees. We'll see how it plays out. But he's not like priority number 1 on the list because we have so many quarterbacks already. But I just want to throw a quarterback on there because I always like recruiting quarterbacks. But here's game number 1. It's a rivalry against Marshall. By this point, we've already surpassed them pretty heavily in terms of talent on the field, so it shouldn't be that difficult to beat them. But at the end of the day, you never really know. Some games can be tricky, even rivalry games. So let's go in and see how the team looks as we debut our national championship defending team. Okay, here we go. It is Ohio Bobcat time. I'm not going to jump into every moment this year because it's going to be a pretty long episode regardless. So I am going to simulate a little bit more than I would normally. But then we are losing this game already, 7-0, so we can't really afford to lose this game. So I am going to have to put my stamp on it as Kelsheem Ware throws it to Matt Orenberger, and he will get down at the 33-yard line. Beautifully done. Another third down opportunity, this time at the 27, so we didn't really get many yards after the previous third down that we jumped into. Let's go underneath. It's going to be off of Higgins. He gets a big catch. Red zone time. Okay. I haven't done a play the moments in college football in a while, so it's trying to get back used to the way that it looks. It looks different than Madden's play the moments. Devin Crispin bouncing it outside. Look at the speed from Devin Crispin. That's the type of stuff that I'm talking about, baby. He's super good, but he's already high risk of injury, which is not ideal. We're going to have to keep an eye on that. Crispin bouncing in. Look at the vision. He gets to the 2 on the read option. The vision from Crispin. And now we've got Alonzo Clausen who comes in. And Alonzo Clausen, if you have forgotten, is an absolute tank. I mean, look at this dude. This is Derrick Henry. Look at that man. He's massive and he's fast. That's the combination I like to see. We do end up tying the game back up. 2-minute drill gets some points. I will try to get some points. We do have a lot of speed, including Hugh O'Dwyer, who's got like 99. So if he can win, and he did, Hugh Dwyer down the field. Kelsheem Ware delivers a beautiful ball in stride. Touchdown, Bobcats. Sometimes it's just that simple. If you got speed, use it. Our defense needs help. They were able to get a field goal out of it. We go into the third quarter. Up 14-10. Crowd is going pretty loud right now. Got to get a big stop here. Costello trying to get in there. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's real unfortunate. Are they going to score another touchdown here? Why is Marshall being goated on the sticks right now? They get a field goal. It's 14-13. We're going to bring back Devin Crispin to try to pounce this in for a first down, and he will certainly do that. Just enough. Didn't need to do anything too crazy. Gets just enough. Another third down opportunity. 3rd and 6 this time. The simulation's really kind of screwing me. Kelsheem broke the tackle, but I really needed to not get sacked there, and I did. I'm going to go for this, though. This seems pretty obvious. I should. That's wide open. Jeremy Johns down the field, touchdown on 4th down. I mean, I love Jeremy Johns, and he just killed. Nobody covered him, and the safety wasn't close enough, so that's pretty easy to hit. We do have 2 freshman kickers, by the way. I must have forgotten that we had a kicker, and we have 2 freshman kickers now. That's okay. We lead 21-13. We're into the 4th quarter, and it's time to jump in again. 21-13. This would be a big touchdown here if we can get it. Need to happen. Need to happen. It's going to be Arnberger, and he's going to get in the end zone. Kelsheem Ware is dominating right now. I can see why he was the right choice to lead the team for the national championship. 3rd down alert with about 2 minutes to go. It's 28-13. We're very close to the end zone again. And I just want to send O'Dwyer, send O'Dwyer down the field. Oh no, this isn't going to work, is it? It might work at the end. What a thread the needle type of pass right there. Wow, that was crazy. 3rd and goal from the 7. Probably should be another pass, but we're going to try to see if Crispin's got what it takes to get in the end zone. Bounce it inside, Crispin. Fall backwards. Timeout call by Marshall, their final one. But Crispin got us pretty close, and it'll be a 4th down moment. They want me to go for it. You know what? I'm here for that. I'm here to go for it. We're going to give it to Crispin. It's not the end of the world if he doesn't get in, but I really want him to get in. And he is going to get in, barely, but he does get in. And that should put the cap on this game. They're going to push it down the field. That's the game over. And it is a 35-13 victory over our rivals, Marshall. That's how it should be, really. I mean, 13 points, honestly, is a little bit too much for a team like Marshall to put on us. But hey, it's a rivalry game. You throw the records out, even though they were 0-0 in the first place. But you get the idea. Big win, though. Now we have a bye week. Now we got a nice little bye week to focus on recruiting. We got locked out of some 5-stars, but these are the guys I don't think I put any hours on. Our program tradition's going up. Our brand exposure's going up. That's always nice to see. Recruiting. We've got 5 hours left. So how are we doing on Donovan Brees? We've even jumped up. Even after taking the 50 hours off, we've jumped to 1st place on Donovan Brees. I'm assuming Texas and Ohio State maybe stopped recruiting him. I'm not sure, because how could we have jumped up? I don't really know. But we have. And I will see if I can put these 5 hours on anybody. I guess I'll put them on Donovan Brees. Might as well. So we'll take that back. Although I can't, because I only have 20 hours. So I'd have to take 5 off of somebody else. It's not worth it, I don't think. We'll put the 15 back on him, and then we'll just find 5 on somebody else, like one of these 5-stars or something. Let's put the 5 on Esteban Machado. Or I offered him a scholarship, so I hadn't even offered a scholarship just yet. We'll go to the next week. This is the Iowa game, I think. First Big Ten game of the season. And Machado locks us out after offering him a scholarship. He must have been like, why is Ohio offering me a scholarship? I don't want any of that. That's funny. But he locks us out. We're still looking good for everybody. We're starting to pull away from a couple guys. But now we're into the big leagues. Now we got to start offering visits, switching the points to hard selling. We got to do some good stuff here. Unfortunately, some of the guys like things that I don't have good grades in, which I hate, but we're going to have to do it anyway. But we still got the 5 hours. I guess I'll toss it in Kerry Montgomery this time and see if he locks me out. I'm not sure. Okay, so I'm going to leave these guys for this game. Just leave them how it is. And then next week, we'll start doing a lot of crazy stuff. But we have jumped to #1 team in the country. Is it because Oregon lost? I would guess so. In the Big Ten, Oregon, they did lose. They were the #1 team in the country. Now they're number 10. But they did lose. So now we are #1 in the nation. That's awesome. And we take on Iowa at home. They're 1-1. We're 1-0. Oh, let's go get a big victory. Okay, take it on Iowa here at home. We lead 7-0 already. That's a good start. And we can put it in for another touchdown, maybe? They want us to kick a field goal here. Make it 10-0. But we're at the 4-yard line. I feel like we should have been able to punch this in. I don't know what happened. Iowa's defense is that stingy, I guess? I don't know. I guess we'll figure out here if we can score. Throw it there. It's going to be Ornberger, and that's a 4th down touchdown, just like that. So it's 14-0, exactly how it should have been. Ooh, it looks like Iowa might not be worth anything. It's 21-0. They put up 3 points. We're into the second half now. They put up another 3 points. Okay, now they're starting to get it. They're starting to get it together here. Late in the game, we get the ball, I think, right? No, okay, they have the ball still. But it's all the way back at their own end zone. From the 6-yard line. It's 21-13. They would obviously need a 2-point conversion to tie it up. And I don't want to allow that. That's going to be a first down, really? That's what you're going to give that a first down? If I would have done that, it would have been inches. I don't even really know who my user is going to be on the D-line here. I'm not really comfortable with anybody just yet. Costello seems to be pretty decent, as that's an unbelievable pass from Levi Jennings to find a man open. Great route. They are running out of time. They got 2 timeouts remaining. They need a touchdown and a 2-point. Touchdown and a 2-point. Costello can't do anything. Turn into the right guy, please. Timeout use. Second one. They're starting to chip away here at the yardage. We really kind of cooled off after that hot first half. Iowa's going to scramble. No, he's not going to scramble. He finds an open man. What a way to keep the play alive, extending the play like crazy. I thought he was just going to scramble, but he chose to throw it, and it was a good decision. Under a minute now. The accelerator clock's not on for them. Costello trying to get in there. A sack would be amazing. We almost got there, but it is thrown away. Okay. Everybody get loud. Everybody get loud. Make it so they can't hear him. Costello trying a good spin from Costello. Tackle brings him down. It's 3rd and 5. Clock's still moving. It's going to be 4-down territory. Obviously, we're not surprised by this. But they might not even need 4-down territory. They might get the first down here. We got to stop them. Costello trying to get around. He can't do it. Quarterback scrambling. He throws it away. It's 4-down territory. 29 seconds and a timeout for Iowa. But this is their game. If they don't get this, it's over. So we got to stop him right here. Get there. No, he's going to get it. They ran a really good route, and he escaped my coverage. But they used their final timeout with 25 seconds, so they're really in trouble now. They are really, really in trouble. Get to the quarterback. We're not going to. He throws it away. 21 seconds remain. You took 4 seconds to just throw that ball out of bounds. Not great. But with no timeouts, you got to play a little tighter. Oh, that's another throw out of bounds. Another few seconds come off the clock. It's down to 17. I don't know what this quarterback is doing. He hasn't really had any pressure on him, so he's just throwing it away for no reason. It's the 3rd and 10 now. He's going to scramble, and this time he will take off, but he passed the line of scrimmage, it looks like. But they didn't give him a flag, apparently. I don't know. But we're down to 11 seconds now, and this is the final play, most likely. There is a chance for them to get a first down, but they might as well just score if they're going to get the first down. They're going to go end zone, touchdown, because I didn't jump. I didn't get the animation. It's a touchdown. Did they get the 2-point? I think they might have. No, they didn't get the 2-point. It is 21-19, and I didn't call. Hold on, call a timeout. I thought it was going to load me right into the onside kick screen. Wow, we stopped them from getting the 2 points, so we are going to win this game as long as we can recover this field or this onside kick. Uh-oh, that touched it. Somebody grab it! Somebody grab it! It's Iowa's ball. I cannot believe what just happened. Are you serious right now? You gotta be kidding me. You've got to be absolutely kidding me. I cannot believe it bounced off of 3 different Ohio Bobcat players and we couldn't grab it. He's going to heave it to the end zone. Just knock it down. I don't even care. Just knock it down. It's picked off by Brooks, and that's the ball game. We survive against Iowa. That was a lot closer of a game than it needed to be. Our defense crumbled in the second half. I mean, look at this. It was 21-3 in the first half, and then all of a sudden Iowa scores 19 unanswered, or 16 unanswered, and gets it to 19-21. Kelsheem, 185 yards and 3 touchdowns, solid day, but I mean, our defense, they really sucked on that one. We really need to figure that out if we're going to have to play against some tougher teams like USC and Oregon and all these tough teams we got on the season or on the schedule this year. But it's a big win at home. Keeps us undefeated, and I would guess it keeps us as the #1 team in the country. I don't know for sure, obviously, but should keep us as the #1 team. Some big XP. We will simulate to the next week, which I think is a bye again, right? No, it's another game and then a bye, I think is how it works. Dickens has locked us out, but we're #1 on a few extra players. Yeah, that's right. It's the Miami game, and then it's the bye. I'm pretty sure it's how the schedule works. We're still #1 in the country, and now we can start hard selling these guys. They really stopped going after Donovan Brees. I mean, 15 hours is not a lot, and yet we're getting him. We jumped in #1 for Kerry Montgomery, because we're the only team that's offered him a scholarship. Okay, so we need to free up some hours and also schedule some visits. So we're going to start taking this off. We're going to go to the hard sell, and it's going to be most likely this one, the clutch for Chuck Daniels. That leaves it at 55. So we can take that off, go there. So that gets it back up to 65. Sateki Choi will get hard sold, but he's the one that likes academic facility or athletic facilities, and that is a D+ for us, which I think is one thing you can't change. I don't think you can upgrade your athletic facilities, or I don't think they upgrade at all. DeAndre Sims will take off the hours for you, and we'll go to a hard sell. And you like that one? Along with a little 25. JD Flaherty is a agile, most likely offensive lineman, I think. Probably could play a little D-line. We don't even know that much about him, really. I don't want to schedule a visit yet. Hard sell. What's he going to like? It's probably going to be this one. It's probably going to be TV time, so we'll schedule that one. And we will do 25. Brees, we can't do just yet. Cleveland, we will let it ride a little bit longer. Kona Jewel, we will hard sell him. We really need to get some of our grades up because B+s are not ideal. Hard sell. Not that one. Not that one. This one. Football influencer is what Kona Jewel is going to have. Nathan Clinton is going to get hard sold. Luckily, he doesn't care about athletic facilities. He cares about brand exposure, which we have a little bit better. So a hard sell. And it's this one to the house. So we will switch that. We will also switch Jose Redmond. I'm just hoping that we can get so far ahead of some of these guys that we don't have to worry about other teams coming up and stealing them. Because I know some of these other teams we're going after have a lot more hours than we do. They can work with a lot more stuff. But we are going to have to schedule visits at some point. I don't know when that's going to be. It's got to be probably soon. There we go. It's got to be sometime soon. Jermichael Stewart will take... Ooh, this one's not going to be a good sell. It might not even be worth it to sell on Jermichael Stewart. We got 2 C pluses. We got 2 C pluses and an A minus. That might not be valuable enough. Oof. 2 C pluses and an A minus. I don't think I can hard sell that. I think we got to switch back to the one we were doing originally. Maybe I should soft sell it just to see how it works. I don't know. We're gonna keep what we're doing on Jermichael Stewart. Oh, this is the same deal for this dude. So corner, it seems we don't have very good stuff, but unfortunately, Josh Megna doesn't like athletic facilities. Why not? What's wrong with our athletic facilities? They were obviously good enough to train the people that won a national title. All right, so we switched everybody basically, except for a couple of corners, to hard selling them, which should keep us in front because most of the grades we had on each guy was good. We got to get some visits scheduled at some point. We just don't have a whole lot of hours. So we're going to have to make some tough decisions. Guys like Kedrick Cleland, who haven't gotten to their top 5 yet, are going to have to be guys that we take hours off of and switch them on to somebody else. But unfortunately for him, he doesn't have that many hours in the first place. So we take off the 50, obviously. And then we put, who do we want first? Who's the best player available? Is it Chuck Daniels? 6'6", 267. He's got 88 finesse moves, 86 acceleration. Yeah, we definitely want this guy on campus. So let's get him a visit. Probably against Michigan. He likes proximity to home, so we'll give him proximity to home. That leaves us with 10 hours left that we can put on to somebody. I'll probably take, you know what? I'll take the 5 hours off of Kerry Montgomery. And then we'll put 25 onto Kedrick Cleland. There we go. 30 back on him. We've scheduled 1 visit. I mean, we probably need to schedule more visits, obviously, but I need to see how it goes first. See how it goes. So we're back at home again. I don't think we played our road game just yet. But we're taking on Miami, Ohio. It is a rivalry game. We might as well wear a new uni. Let's go dominate another rivalry team. Okay, here against Miami of Ohio, we look to dominate. We already lead 7-0, but we started hot against Iowa and we kind of fell off the face of the earth there. But it's 21-0 at the end of the first quarter, 21-7, 28-7. It's going back and forth like crazy. We are going back and forth like crazy. But now we've kind of cooled off. 28-14 now as Miami gets a touchdown. Late third quarter action. We might as well jump in here, get a little bit of run with the boys. We're going to toss this to Crispin, and hopefully it'll work. There's a little toss, cut it inside. Crispin's in the end zone. Touchdown, Bobcats. We extend our lead. But Miami's trying to make something happen here. It's 35-28. How have they clawed back? See, this is what I'm concerned with. They've tied it. We were winning so much, and now they've tied the game. I'm concerned about this team sometimes. The defense, at least. The offense can do a lot of stuff. They're going to leave me really open here. Kelshim Ware's going to get a lot of yards. We're going to call our first time out there. I was going to throw it, but I mean, they gave me so much room to run. How could I deny that? All we need is a field goal, really. We're just trying to win the game. We're not trying to blow anybody out. But our defense allows Miami to get back into the game again, just like we did Iowa. Kind of concerned. I'm kind of concerned. I don't really know where I want to go. Triangle looked open. I probably could have fit that in. I don't know. I probably should have thrown that. It did look fairly open. The handoff is to Crispin. Crispin will make them use their second timeout. They've realized that they're in a little bit of danger now. And all I got to do is try to get this either in the end zone or line it up as center as I can. But Crispin gets the first down there. He's really making me work, and they're not going to call a timeout. They are not going to call a timeout. They're going to let it ride. They've accepted their fate. They have accepted their fate. We're going to go underneath. It's O'Dwyer. Juke move back inside. O'Dwyer for the touchdown. You see that footwork, baby? Touchdown, O'Dwyer. They might not have enough time to get into the end zone, and they will not. We will win against Miami of Ohio. Really close game. Super unnecessarily close. This defense needs to figure things out before we go to big-time games against some conference opponents, but we looked good on offense, at least. Kelsheem Ware's playing good. I mean, look at that. Another 200-plus game with 4 touchdowns. He's throwing a lot of dimes, but it's all happening in the first quarter, or at least the first half. 21 in the fourth quarter is unacceptable. We cannot allow a team to score 21 in the fourth quarter on us. It's a big win regardless, though. We'll see how the hard sells affect those recruits. Hopefully they all work out successfully. We get Jose Redmond, our first recruit. I wasn't expecting to get a recruit to commit, but he chose to come play for the Bobcats. He must have liked what he saw. Well, that's going to free up some hours. That's huge. Chuck Daniels is on campus this week. That's a big one. He must have just liked what he saw. That gives us 100 hours. So that allows me to figure out who I want to schedule on visits. So let's get DeAndre Sims. He is a physical wide receiver with 94 speed, 94 jumping, 85 release is crazy. We're going to schedule him on probably a week 7, but it probably should be week 9 against USC because that's a little bit of a tougher game. So we'll schedule him week number 9. We have one more visit we can schedule. It's probably got to be JD Flattery. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Sateki Choi? We don't necessarily need a running back that bad. But he's got 97 speed at running back. My God, I think it has to be him. I think it has to be. 97 speed at running back's crazy. So we'll get him on a week 9. Unfortunately, Auburn and Virginia Tech are both ahead of us. I guess we should have scheduled a little bit earlier for him. But that leaves 25 hours. Can I free up enough to get another visit scheduled? I can probably take off of Dalton Duke because nobody's going after him. So we switch that to 10. And then I put another visit. It's probably got to be JD Flattery, right? Or maybe it's Kona Jewel. He's already got a week 11. I mean, he looks really good. Yeah, let's do Kona Jewel. We'll put him on week 7. Championship contender. There we go. So we've scheduled some visits. We've got one recruit on campus this game against Michigan. So it's going to be a big one. Pretty important. They're ranked number 24 in the nation. We are ranked number 1. Taking them on. I hate this team with a passion. Let's go crush them. Massive game against Michigan. And we start hot again. I don't know what it is. We score unbelievably quickly in the first quarters. It's kind of strange, actually. We lead 7-0 already. We're at the 4-yard line on a 3rd and goal situation. If we can punch this in, it's going to be a huge 2-score lead, and it's Ornberger with the catch and touchdown. We lead by 2 scores. And I think Michigan hasn't done anything. Yeah, it's 14-0 right now. 1st and goal from the 12, or 1st and 10 from the 12. Hand off to Crispin. Crispin will fight. Got pulled back from behind, unfortunately. Let's go with the base. Devin Crispin's turned out to be a really solid running back for us. Get the outside. He got the edge. Devin Crispin into the end zone. Look at that, man. The speed of Devin Crispin into the end zone. 2-minute drill gets some points. We're into the second half. I can't see what's going on. It's 28-7 now. We have the ball again. Oh, it's getting crazy, isn't it? It is getting absolutely off the chains. We're going to send Jeremy Johns deep because he's got good speed. We're also going to send Shaughnessy deep. I keep wanting to say O'Shaughnessy, but that's not his name. Can I fit that in? I cannot. It's sacked by Quincy Weaver. That's unfortunate. But we're into the fourth quarter. Kick a field goal. It's 28-7 still. We must not have kicked it or something. I don't know. Still 28-7. They're going for it again. They're driving. They got the field goal, but it's over 28-14. So it's not the blowout that we were looking for that five-star quarterback or five-star player. But a 28-14 victory over a big ranked Michigan team is pretty solid. Although we didn't score in the second half. It's a little bit concerning. But Michigan barely scored in the second half. So I guess that's balance each other out. Another big victory. We go to probably a bye week. We got another bye week in here somewhere. We are first for a lot of people, including Chuck Daniels, who was on campus. More XP. It is a game against Minnesota, our first road game. Okay, Daniels is looking good, but he does not commit off of the visit. We got 120 hours, so we can schedule more visits. Okay, we're starting to get a little crazy here. It's a 2-horse race for J.D. Flaherty. Week 14 is his visit. We'll get him in on week 9. And he likes playing time, so we'll get him playing time. This USC game is going to be massive. Donovan Brees will save just for a second. We'll get Kedrick Cleveland on, or Cleveland. I keep wanting to say Kendrick Cleveland, but that's not his name. It's Kedrick Cleveland. We'll schedule him for week number 9. We probably got to get Clinton in on a visit as well, or maybe Jermichael Stewart. Yeah, let's do week 7 against Indiana for Jermichael Stewart. We'll jump ahead of South Carolina, who's got him on a week 9. And that is where we will have the rest of our hours for right now. So week 9 right now becomes massive, and so does week 7. Week 7 and week 9 are huge games, but we're not there yet. We are week number 6 against Minnesota on the road. I think the first road game of the year for us. Pretty fun. But we should be able to handle Minnesota. We've handled Iowa. We've handled Michigan. We should be able to handle Minnesota. Minnesota! We take them on here in their place, and we are down 3-0. They've got a lot of national titles, but before the Second World War. That's how bad they've been for so long. Is that most of their national titles come before we entered World War II. Oh my God, this team sucks, don't they? Let's try to pounce it in, though. Crispin from the 2. Handoff. And he is denied. I didn't even go for the... How did I lose a yard? Hold on. I didn't even get a first down on that? That's crazy. I thought for sure I'd get at least the first down. This time I actually get the touchdown, but I thought, how'd they not give me a first down there? Not forward progress? Forward progress don't exist in Minnesota, I guess? I don't know. It's 14-3. We're driving down at the late second quarter, trying to get another touchdown. I'm just going to forget about all the fancy moves with Alpha Higgins. We're just going to send him deep and see what happens. It's not going to work, but this will work. That's Jeremy Johns up the field. Look at Jeremy Johns go. Jeremy Johns, baby. Stud. That's why you put a fast player at tight end. For those reasons and those reasons alone. 21-3. Fourth quarter action. We are here from the 34. And we're going to send Alpha Higgins deep and see what happens. Probably only good things. Alpha Higgins down the field. End zone. Touchdown, Bobcats. Kelsheem Ware delivers a beautiful dot. And Minnesota can't handle it. Although they might score a touchdown there. They got a touchdown. It is 28-10. They want me to jump in again here from the 5. 3rd and goal. They want me to put one in. Put another one in. Oh, never mind. I'm going to take a bad sack there. That's okay. If we kick the field goal, it's fine. Yep, 31-10. They want me to score again, 38-10, and that's the ball game. We crushed Minnesota. Why couldn't this have been a game at home where we had recruits on campus? Because that's a crushed Minnesota team. They were ranked number 20, too. They were ranked number 20 in the country, not number 22. They were ranked number 20, and we killed them. 303 and 3 touchdowns for Kelsheem Ware. He's putting up a lot more numbers than what Dougie Sims did. Dougie Sims was more of a running back playing quarterback. But Kelsheem Ware is a quarterback that can also slightly scramble a little bit. And he's telling you right now that he is goated because he's he's player of the game basically every single time. He's putting up crazy good numbers. That is a big road victory against another ranked team. Add it to the top 25 resume of the Juice. We will simulate to week number 7, which is our first big recruiting visit. We got a couple of guys on campus that are important, so we need to have it. And Chuck Daniels has committed, our first 5-star. He was on campus in the Michigan game. He didn't commit then. And Kona Jewell is committed. And Nathan Clinton is committed. And Dalton Duke is committed. And Jermichael Stewart is committed. And Mike Kunasik is committed. And Josh Megna is committed. Oh my God. We just ran the table right there. It's a lot of 4-stars, but 2 5-stars. I didn't think every single person on my list would commit. Oh my God. The number 4 player in the entire nation commits to us. Oh my good googly moogly. Basically, my entire recruiting board is cleaned out now. Everybody's committed. I can't believe it. I didn't think that many people would commit. I mean, now week 7 doesn't become that important because a lot of the guys that just committed were on campus in week 7. Or at least one of them was. Jewell and Jermichael Stewart were both on campus in week 7. They're now no longer on campus in week. Well, they still can come, but they're not going to be committing because they already have. So now week 9 becomes important again. And now with 560 hours, I can start going crazy on some extra guys that we have the hours freed up for. We can toss 50 back on Donovan Brees. We can toss everything back on Kedrick Cleland. Back up to 65. We can go crazy on Kerry Montgomery. Nope, that's not what I wanted to click on. I still didn't want to click on that. There we go. We'll get him up to 65. And Timmy Kuma, we don't need another strong safety, right? Because we just got one. We just got 2 strong safeties committed. So we can even take off Timmy Kuma. We don't need him anymore. But that is everybody on my board. So we're going to have to add some more people to this class now. But if we go to take a look at what we got the number 5 class in the country right now. Oregon commits people so fast. I've noticed that throughout my time playing College Football 26. Oregon is always at the top early in the season. They always get people to commit right out the gates. It's kind of crazy. They've got 16 players already committed, 14 4-stars. Let's take a look at this prospect list. So there's a 5-star or a 4-star wide receiver. We can offer him, I guess. I didn't go after him, apparently. There's a left tackle, Taylor Cushenberry. What about any state? What are the top guys looking like? We got the 4th player in the country. These guys, I don't think even were looking at me. What other players can we go after? I think all the 5-stars have chosen their destinations, so it might just be 4-stars. Yeah, it looks like 4-stars. Melvin Childs is a quarterback, but he's an athlete, so maybe he can play somewhere else. A right guard we can add to the board. Who else? There's a wide receiver on here, but we don't really need any more wide receivers. We're looking good on that. What about... Oh, there's Timmy Kuma. Ryan McHugh is another wide receiver. Another guard. We could certainly use another guard. What about a right outside linebacker? Bernie Sims. That's a great name. Lane Batonio. He's got offers from Ohio State, which is a little bit scary. Garrett Zimmer's 6'5" as an athlete quarterback. We got another quarterback. We got another outside linebacker. And I thought it was going to be Austin Collie for a second. I think that'll be enough for right now. We'll spread out these 370 hours across these guys. Ricky Dimke is a physical wide receiver with 84 release out the gates is crazy good. He's also from Dayton, Ohio, 92 speed. Get that man a scholarship. What about Taylor Cushenberry? He's a really good pass block tackle, which is good for us because we got a passing quarterback, not a scrambling quarterback anymore. Melvin Childs, offer him a scholarship, and 92 throw power, 90 speed. Certainly want to get him a scholarship. Trey Shembo, is he going to be good? 93 strength's a good start. Lead blocks an 84, impact blocks an 88, 75 finesse pass, 82 run. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. Get him on campus. Steve Bickley, a very similar player to his counterpart Shembo, but he's a gem bust. I'll still offer him a scholarship. What about Bernie Sims, baby? Not the best athlete I've ever seen in the world, but 80 power moves is a good start. 89 acceleration is pretty good. I'll offer him a scholarship on his name alone. I want to know about this 6'5" quarterback, though. Garrett Zimmer. Doesn't have great speed. He is a gem. I wonder if he can play somewhere else. 83 speed, 6'5". What else can you play except for quarterback? I mean, you can't play... I guess you could play corner. That's a crazy tall corner. I'm going to offer him just because I'm curious about his potential. He doesn't look that good as a quarterback. I mean, he looks fine. 91 throw power, 84 short accuracy. Like, he's not horrible. I'm just curious about his future potential at other positions. Nick Velasco and then Lane Batonio. He's the one that has the offers from Ohio State. And I can see why. It's 86 finesse moves right out the gates. I can see why they've offered him a scholarship. We will offer him one as well, try to get in the race. I didn't offer Velasco. We'll offer him a scholarship as well. We've got 55 hours to put on some of these guys because we've already used everything we can on the rest of our players that haven't committed already, except for Kerry Montgomery, but we can't offer him or schedule him a visit just yet. So who was the guy that I was most excited about? I mean, Bernie Sims was cool. I think Cushenberry and Dimke were two guys that I was very excited about, but Taylor Cushenberry is already getting pretty recruited. We might be out of the race for him. We can do week 12. I'll try. We can get him on a week 12. We're going to hope. What's his thing? Playing time. We have a B- in playing time, unfortunately. We're going to hope that he likes Coach Prestige. That leaves us with 15 hours. We got to put something on him. I'm going to take off of DeAndre Sims. I'm going to take 25 off of him. That leaves us with 40. We're going to go 25 and 15. That way we can at least get in the race for Cushenberry. All right, so we now got to get to week number 9, but we got to get through week 7 first, which is against Indiana. They're 0-5 and 0-3 in the conference. They absolutely suck. This should be an absolute murder. Okay, so we are already tied 7-7 as I jump into this game. It didn't give me a moment until it was already 7-7. I don't like the fact that it's Indiana's kind of cooking me like this already. They're 0-5. We're down 21-7 to a winless Indiana team at home with recruits on campus. So we cannot afford to lose this game, let alone get blown out. We got to get a big victory here. I might have to play this game a little bit more than I have the other games because this game, unlike all the others, we cannot afford to lose in the least. Can I float that in? That's a tough throw! Caught by Crispin! He's goated! Devin Crispin, are you kidding me? That was a crazy, crazy catch from Devin Crispin right there. My God. Oh, Christ. I didn't know who to go to. Nobody really got open that I noticed. Maybe there was somebody I didn't see, but I didn't notice anybody open. That's going to be a Shaughnessy. He gets up to the 27. It's 3rd and 6. 3rd and 6. We don't need a field goal here. We need a touchdown. Absolutely need a touchdown. Higgins, he gets the first down. Good job, Offa. We'll run some hurry up because somebody's going to get open. There's going to be a mistake made. It's going to be Ornberger. Look at Ornberger go. Touchdown, Bobcats. That's huge. I probably should have thrown it to Jeremy Johns, but Ornberger does it the same. Did they score again? What's happening here? It's 21-24. My God, this Indiana team is stubborn. Stop it. Stop being good. You're 0-5. Why are you dominating against me? Oh, no. That's unbelievable. Oh, no. That's even worse. I was looking at the slot fade. I don't even know what happened, really. I can't kick a 51-yard field goal, can I? I'm not this good. I'm going to try it. It's going to screw me, isn't it? Fehoko, it's going to hook to the right. I don't know how to kick field goals in this freaking football game, man. We're down by 10. It's 4th down already. We cannot lose this game. It simply cannot happen. Oh, my God. Indiana's defensive pressure is crazy. That was a 4th down as well. This one's over. This one's absolutely over. We just lost. We just lost to a winless Iowa team, or a winless Indiana team. With recruits on campus. How did that happen? They were dominating us. I honestly don't know how that happened. Like, what in the world? Like, why could we not move the ball? We get Sateki Choi even though we lost. We get JD Flattery even though we lost. Those guys chose to come here even though we lose. Taylor Cushenberry's locked us out. Our championship contenders dropped. How did we lose that game, man? We dropped number 14 in the country. Number 14 in the freaking country, man. I'm shocked. I'm stunned that we lost this game. How? Absolute stun. Insane. Garrett Zimmer's locked us out. That's unfortunate. He was 6'5". Wow. I'm shocked. How did we lose that game? That makes no sense. Absolutely no sense. We just played the worst game we've ever played in our entire life. I knew I was worried about the defense, but I didn't think we'd lose to a winless team. Talk about a trap game. That was the most trap game I've ever seen in my life. Wow. That I don't know if I can recover from that one. That's tough. That is a tough loss. We'll put a bunch of hours on the rest of those guys that we added to the board. That's not what I want to do. 50, 10, 5. Okay. So we've got 65 on everybody else. We should probably schedule some more visits if we can. Although the only guy we can schedule a visit for is Steve Bickley. I guess we'll get him on a week 11 and hope that he likes Coach Prestige. That leaves us with 45 hours left. We currently have the number 3 class in the country because we have the 5 stars. We have 4 5-stars and 6 4-stars. So we're looking pretty comfortable right there. Even after a loss, man. Even after a loss. Matthew Favre is a crazy cool name. We'll go for Danny Hallen, Stephen Tillery. Just throw a couple extra guys on the board here. We've only got 45 hours. What kind of D-tackle are we talking about here? Is he decent? He's got 89 strength, 73 block shed. He's worth a scholarship at least. And then we can't scout more than that. Okay. I'm annoyed, to say the least, that we lost that game. But we go to week number 9, another massive game. Another absolutely massive game. DeAndre Sims has committed to the school. It's another 5-star that has chosen to come play for the Bobcats. We've moved to number 8 as we take on USC. DeAndre Sims, welcome aboard. He's a big 5-star wide receiver. This class is looking really, really good. Cameron Stevens, 92 speed. We already have a 97 speed running back with that 5-star that we recruited. So we don't have to go too crazy on him. But we can go 50 on Stephen Tiller. You know what? I'm actually going to take off 50 on Cameron Stevens. And we're going to put that onto scouting Danny. And offering him a scholarship. And putting 25 on him. All right. We could schedule some visits, but we're going to get some hours back with these week 9s. So, or at least 1 visit, I guess. It's not as big of a visit week anymore because most of the guys that we had scheduled for week 9 have already committed. But it's the number 1 team in the nation. We used to be the number 1 team in the nation, but now it's USC. We got to bounce back. I mean, we got to erase the taste of losing to Indiana at home. So let's go and hopefully beat USC. The fact that we lost that Indiana game and it's a conference game is very annoying. but it's already 16. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's 23-0. USC just murdered us. Okay, things are getting a little out of hand with this roster. I don't know why we have started to forget how to play defense, but it's really starting to annoy me. I knew I should have been worried about the defense earlier this year, but I didn't think it would actually come back to bite us this bad. Kelshim Ware delivers a great ball to O'Dwyer. I thought the defense would maybe just like catch their stride or something and actually be good. But this is just abysmal. Like, what are we doing here? 23-0 in the first half? And we're supposed to be the defending national champions? I don't know, man. This is crazy. We do get on the board, but we have to hope that the defense does something. Okay, 23-7. That's something at least. Oh, I can't fit that into... No, I threw a pick. God. I didn't press the right button, man. I was trying to throw it to somebody else, and I panicked, and I pressed the button, and I pressed circle on accident. We somehow got 13 out of it. I don't know how that happened. I did not mean to throw that pick, man, or throw that ball even in that direction. I was trying to throw it on the other side of the field, but my brain just my finger pressed the wrong button. God, that happens so often. That happens a lot more than I'd like to admit. We got to go, though, because the clock is draining. 3rd and 7. Underneath, it's Shaughnessy. Call our first timeout. I hate this defense. I hate this defense. I hate this defense. Who's gonna get open? Ah, no! I didn't know what the route was there. That's that problem. I didn't know what the route was, and then when I realized what the route was, that's why it was a floated pass, because I accidentally pressed it. I didn't know what his route was. I'm so stupid. I gotta pay more attention. God, a lot of my mistakes would be non-existent if I just paid attention. Why am I just the dumbest person on the planet Earth? My God, I hate myself. Man, I'm stupid. I make so many bad reads and so many bad decisions. It's not even a bad read, really. It's just I don't pay attention to what's going on in the field, and then I make mistakes. That time I got hit by a defender I didn't even see. I wasn't looking in the pocket. I was looking down the field. All right, I guess we have to take the field goal. Oh no, they want me to go for it. 2 very unfortunate interceptions for Kelshim Ware. Neither of them are his fault. But this is the state that we're in right now. USC is cooking. Is that going to be caught? It is going to be caught. Held on to. He took a big hit, too. Off of Higgins with the catch. I guess that's why he's our highest rated wide receiver. Oh, no. No. I couldn't throw it away in time. I was trying to outrun him, and then I realized I wasn't going to be able to outrun him, and it was already too late for that. Mistake made. Oh my God, this USC defense is just murdering me right now. I'm fully flustered. They've got me fully flustered right now. I have no idea what to do. No, it's going to be underthrown. It's intercepted. That's unbelievable. He was open. Why was it underthrown? It was blue. The USC scored again. We had a chance to win this game, and a combination of me being just an absolute idiot and the game screwing me is why we're going to lose this game. Our second game of the year lost in the conference as well. My God, I hate this so much, man. I hate it so much. Big 3rd down, make the stop. It's over. Ball game. We lose to USC 30-20. How are we losing these games in the conference? Why are we losing games in the conference, man? Oh, that's killing us in some of those recruits, man. We are still in the top 15, which I guess is something, but 2 conference losses is just backbreaking. We're not going to get Donovan Brees. He's here on week 11. I guess it's a chance to get him with week 11, but he might just commit to Texas before anything even happens, before he gets on campus. We'll bring in Kerry Montgomery on a week 11 visit. We have 20 hours remaining. I guess we'll put him on Danny Halen. And then, oops, that's not what I want to do. And we'll go for, take that away, take that away, take that away. And we'll just put 25 on Cameron Stevens. Oh, very frustrating couple of games. We go on the road to Champaign to take on Illinois. Let's just win. All right, it is a soggy one here in Champaign, Illinois, as we take on the Fighting Illini, and I'm tired of this team right now. Losing games that we shouldn't have lost to. I mean, I can understand the USC game to an extent because they're the number 1 team in the country. They're really high-powered, same as us. But the Indiana game is unacceptable. It's absolutely unacceptable. We should never have been in a situation to lose that game. We were at home. They were winless on the season. There never should have been a point where we even were trailing in the game, let alone losing it. So that one is something I'm not over yet. The USC game, I can get past. It's annoying. It's a conference loss. We had recruits on campus. Or at least one recruit on campus. It's a tough loss. But the freaking Indiana game, I'm not over just yet. I don't know if I will be, because that's brutal. Why is Cameron Best playing? Hold on, I didn't even realize. Why is Cameron Best playing? Lonnie Kramer has a dislocated shoulder. Is it because we're winning 31-0? I think it's because we're winning 31-0. Okay. I panicked for a second. Yeah, all the backups. I didn't even realize all the backups were in. Okay. That gives me a little bit of a breather. I thought that Kelshine Ware got hurt. But no, it's just because the backups were all in. We blow out Illinois 38-7. We get back in the win streak. Oh my god. Just brutal. Just a brutal stretch of games right there that we had. And Kelshine Ware put up 108 yards and 2 touchdowns. How does that get player of the game? That's nothing impressive. Pretty much any quarterback can do that. But Cameron Best looked pretty good. That's a little bit of a wobbler right there. But he looked pretty good. That's more of a tight spiral. The Shaughnessy touchdown. I keep wanting to call him O'Shaughnessy because that's usually how that name is around the world, but it's just Shaughnessy. There's no O. I guess he's not Irish. And we get a level up finally. It takes a long time to get level ups nowadays. We'll advance to the next week. It's week number 11, another big conference, or another big visit week, I think. We get locked out on Brace because he commits to Texas, and Cleveland commits to Auburn. Yeah, losing Cleveland's a tough one because he would have committed to us if we would have beaten USC. But because we didn't, he commits to Auburn. That's a tough one. That's 2 5-stars that we lost out on simply because I suck. And that's a tough pill to swallow. That is a tough pill to swallow. We'll spend these 195 hours on the rest of the guys that we added. We'll get visits scheduled. We'll get him on a Washington visit. We'll do that. Stephen Tillery. We can put the 65 on him. We can also schedule him for a visit and get him on campus against Washington. And then Danny Halen, we will get also on a visit. We'll do that. We'll do that. That's 65. Perfect. We'll leave the 5 hours because we don't really have any other spot to put them. And we will hopefully try to get some extra recruits with a game against Wisconsin. We got to spend these recruiting hours, though. We are into we are a tactician as our thing, but we have to buy Scheme Guru. Recruiters all done except for a recruiting class, but we should get a top 5 this year, hopefully. Master Motivator. We're building into Master Motivator, so let's continue to build into that by upgrading a little bit. And hopefully by the end of the season, we can switch that to our main thing, but I don't know if we'll upgrade that much. Taking on Wisconsin at home. Let's wear the paws. We haven't worn the paw jerseys or the paw helmet. So let's wear the green paw helmet. Take on Wisconsin and hopefully keep the win streak going and make it 2. Big one against Wisconsin. We got at least one recruit on campus. I don't know how many else is there. I think it's just the one. But we lead 14-0. That's a good start. 21-0's also good. We're actually dominating now. But this is around the time where the defense completely crumbles and we give up a bunch of points and tie the game. But it's 24-0. I guess the defense is doing their job. A 3rd and 3 from the 46-yard line. I'm kind of shocked the defense is actually playing well. Doesn't seem real. Seems like a fever dream. Little play action. Oh, I shouldn't have called play action. I didn't think he'd get that quick off the edge there. I thought I'd have more time. I was wrong. And we will hold on for the victory. We shut out Wisconsin at home. So we get the blowout victory for the recruit. That's big. That is real big. We get the blowout victory for the recruit. More XP. We'll advance to week number 12. We're powering through this season, that's for sure. And Kerry Montgomery has chosen to commit to us. Another running back commitment. Velasco chose Oregon. Bernie Sims and Halen were still in first for them. Now we take on Washington. Another big recruiting visit week. Velasco chose Oregon. But Kerry Montgomery chose us. He was the one that was on campus, so that's good. We can get these guys on campus, right? Oh, no, we have no more home games. So we are just having to rely on hard sells, I think. That's the only way we're going to be able to get these guys. Guess I should have scheduled them a little bit sooner. We'll take off that. Take out that, put that in there. Okay, so Ricky Dimke is now being hard sold. Melvin Childs, we can hard sell. We have A+, B+ for him. So we'll switch to the hard sell. That one. Switch to the contact. Okay. Trey Shembo. See, the problem with not having any more visits to schedule is that other teams already had their scheduled visits for later in the season, and we are going to have to try to battle that, which is not going to be easy. Not going to be easy because he's going on campus to Purdue in week 12, Michigan in week 13. Yeah, some of these guys, we were able to schedule a Bickley visit on week 11. That just happened, but he didn't commit, so he might commit to Texas A&M. But it's okay. If we can get Shembo, we might be able to survive it. Bernie Sims, what's he like? He likes this combo. This one. Okay, that's a decent combo. Put up that. Lane Batonia. We've surpassed Ohio State because they didn't even offer him a scholarship. They must have rescinded their scholarship because I'm pretty sure when we put him on our board originally, they had him on scholarship, or they had offered him a scholarship. All right. Keep doing that. Danny Halen. Adding some extra 4-stars will help this class become possibly the #1 class in the country, if we can pass Oregon. I don't know if that's going to be possible. They continue to add a bunch of players. Oh, Tillery, we're able to get he's on campus this week. I forgot we scheduled him on a week 12. So he's on campus this week. So we do have at least one guy on campus. What's he going to like? Ooh, it might be that one, unfortunately. I'll go with that one. A+, A, and D+ is fine. It's not amazing. I'll keep Cameron Stevens the way that it is. He might just commit to Notre Dame already. We also got him on a week 12. So we do have 2 guys on campus. We have a D tackle and a running back on campus for this game against Washington, who is number 5 or number 19 in the country. We're number 5. This is another big one. We got to win it. Got recruits on campus. We just got to win it in general because it's a conference game and we already lost 2. Big one against Washington. Big top 25 matchup at home. We got to win it. 7-3. Keep it on. Keep it on. Keep the pressure going. We kick a field goal. It's 10-3. We get a ball back again. Oh, but we couldn't do anything by the half. But now we jump in third quarter. It's 10-3. First and goal from the 10. We're sitting pretty good right now to score. I do struggle. I don't have a very good history with Washington in College Football 25. I do struggle to play against them sometimes. Only 3 yards for Crispin. His risk of injury is high again. Man, his wear and tear is really not good, is it? He gets beaten up. But that's a touchdown. Devin Crispin into the end zone. That's a big one. That puts the lead even higher. We needed that. We got the ball back again. I don't think we did anything with it. 17-3. 17-10. All right, they want to score. That's okay. I was hoping they wouldn't score so that we could have a blowout situation, but I guess we don't necessarily need the blowout. The blowout would just be nice to have. Kelshim Ware has no touchdowns through the air today. That seems a little weird. Usually has at least 1 or 2. Ornberger slot fade feels disgusting right here. So we're not going to hit him. We're going to hit Crispin, but he doesn't really have that much speed anymore. He's really tired. Washington takes their timeout. A touchdown here would pretty much kill their drive. Or kill their chance to win, I would say. Hand off Crispin. Not going to get anywhere. Another timeout used by the Huskies. Get that furry off my screen. 3rd and 3. Ornberger is going to be the target here. He's wide open. He's got a first down, and he's got the touchdown. Matt Ornberger, big touchdown. Gives us a big lead. Did they score immediately? I don't know what's happening. It's 24-17. We hold on for the victory. I think they scored immediately as soon as we gave the ball back. It's 14 points in the 4th quarter, but we hold on for the victory. That's another big victory. It's not a blowout victory, but it is at least a win. That's something we needed. Wow. 5 catches, 183 yards, and 2 touchdowns for Dexter Williams, the player of the game, even though they lost. That says something. That says something. He must have had a killer game. I mean, he did, obviously, with 183 yards. At least we got the win. I know it's not a blowout like we probably would have wanted, but it's a victory with recruits on campus that were already pretty likely to show up and commit. So I can't complain too much. And it's a win in the conference that keeps us at least trying to battle for the Big Ten championship. I at least want to play in the game. But I don't know if we will. With those 2 losses, I guess we have to hope that everybody else loses. There's not that many games left in this season. We do get Ricky Dimke, another big wide receiver. He's a 4-star. Bickley chose Texas A&M, or Texas Tech, I mean. He is not, I'm not surprised he chose Tech. I pretty much knew that was going to happen. So if we take a look at the schedule right now, we are currently ranked number 4 in the country. We have 2 games left, UCLA and Maryland, both on the road, because obviously we can't schedule more home visits. If we look at the top 25, we currently sit at number 4 with Duke, Kentucky, and Oregon ahead of us. Oregon was number 10 at one point this year because they lost. They've clawed their way back. If we go to the CFP bracket, we currently have a 7 seed, which at least we're playing in it. That just give us a chance. Just give us a chance to play in it. Conference standings. Big Ten. Okay, so at least everybody's lost at least a game. USC's lost 2. Nebraska's lost 2. A lot of teams have lost multiple games. So if we just continue to win, we might be able to play against Oregon in the national title. If we win these last 2 games, it's possible we play in the Big Ten title game against Oregon. Unless Oregon loses too, I guess. So Haleen has a deal breaker for playing style. Apparently we've dropped our playing style. What is his... He's a right tackle. What's his playing style? Passing yards per game. Passing yards per game. So it's passes, so we're not throwing the ball as much as we need to for Holland's liking. All right, well, you can suck eggs, big dog. we don't necessarily need you. Top classes, we have number 6, but it's just because everybody else has a bunch of 4 stars. But if we kill the portal and we kill the rest of these recruits that we have on our board right now, we should be able to get a top 5 class. I'm not looking for number 1 right now. I'm just looking for a top 5 class to get elite recruiter unlocked. We take on UCLA today on the road. Do we have any cool away jerseys that we can use? I kind of like the white helmets. The white helmet looks pretty nice. So we'll just wear that. Regular uni. Take on UCLA and hopefully get a big dub. It's a rare, gloomy, kind of wet game here in Southern California. I think they're in Southern California. I mean, it's Los Angeles, so I guess is that Southern California? I don't honestly know. But we're in the Rose Bowl is all that matters. That's pretty cool. It's 7-7 in the third quarter. We're already flying through the third quarter here. 10-7. Defense is doing a decent job holding UCLA to just 7 points. But we got to jump in here because we need to win this game. So we got to put up another touchdown. Oh, that's not going to work, is it? Oh, I was able to get a couple yards out of that. We got to score. We got to score. We got to score. We've got to score. Jeremy Johns up the field. Jeremy, first down. I'm surprised I didn't get picked off. Good job, Jeremy. I think he's a senior, so that's going to be a sad day when we get to the offseason. Crispin into the end zone. Just barely not. He's down at the 1. Is he going to hear that change? I don't think he heard the change. He didn't. But Kelshim can just scramble for a touchdown very easily. That's huge. That's a big touchdown in the fourth quarter. We get the ball back again. And they want me to put it in another one. This would be a big victory. Or a big touchdown to give us the victory. I don't know who to throw to, so I'll just scramble with Kelshim. Where? Into the end zone. Kelshim with rushing touchdown number 2. He can get it done just like Dougie Sims can. Or could. And that is a victory for us on the road against UCLA. It wasn't really even much of a challenge. 23-7. They only scored 7 points in the second quarter. Wasn't really much difficulty to that game. That helps us out in the Big Ten standings. We need to win the next game against Maryland. And if we do that, we might have enough to get into the Big Ten title game. I really want to win one before this series is over. We've won a MAC title. We've won a national title, but we have not won the Big Ten in the, 3 years we've been here? So I really do want to win the conference at least once. But we got to play good to get there, and we have not played very good this season, at least at moments. And Oregon is probably going to be better than USC, and USC murdered us. Let's advance the week. Final game of the regular season. Week 14 against Maryland. What do we got? We got Bernie Sims to commit. We got Lane Batonio to commit. 2 more 4 stars to add to the class. Childs commits to Oregon, of course he does, and Cameron Stevens commits to Notre Dame. I'm not shocked by either of those, especially Stevens. We kind of just assumed that was going to happen. But 2 more 4 stars to add to the board. We'll take off Childs. He was another quarterback, so I'm not super depressed about that. We'll take off Stevens. We'll put hours back on to Danny Halen, because I guess now we're back into play for him. So we'll put the hours back on him, and we will see if we can get these guys. Stephen Tillery is not doing too well. We'll take off coach's favorite. We'll try to hard sell him on something else. This one. Maybe academic prestige gets us a little bit higher, but he's probably just going to commit to another team. But we're looking pretty good. 5 stars and 4 stars galore. We've got 5 5-stars and 10 4-stars in the class. Final game of the regular season against Maryland. Let's go get a W. This might be the first time I've ever gone to Maryland Stadium here in the game. I don't think I've ever played against them here in their place, because it looks unfamiliar to me. I mean, I've seen it obviously in real life, but it doesn't look the same here in the game, or it doesn't look familiar in the game. But that doesn't matter, because it doesn't matter where we show up as long as we get a W. This W could push us to the Big Ten title game if we do it right, as Ornberger drops a pass that he doesn't usually drop. They want to kick a field goal here. I want to go for this. 4th and 3 from the 6. I believe in the shield. We should be able to get this. Never mind. They got a guy unblocked and I didn't have time. God, Jesus. Jesus. Cheese on crackers, man. Cheese on absolute crackers. Who's open? Who's open? Who's open? Who's open? Who's open? Crispin's open. An interception for Kelshim. He's throwing a lot more interceptions this year. Now, he does have 2 unfortunate interceptions that I threw, so we're going to have to overlook those, but still. Oh, look at that route running from Kelshim, where he ran a route beautifully and scored the touchdown. Another ball in the red zone. What? From 20? They must have turned it over immediately. Or maybe we forced a fumble. I have no idea what happened, but we have the ball again in the red zone. And just out of reach of Alpha Higgins. Come on, Kelshim. You can't suck big fat ones like that, man. You got to score. You got to score. Underneath, it's Ornberger. We're not going to be able to get it. That's unfortunate. Halftime. We're driving. 17-0. 17-7, 24-7. It's firepower right now. We're going crazy. 3rd down alert. Also a chance in the red zone. Alpha Higgins is far away from everybody. I got to hit O'Dwyer here. Hugh O'Dwyer, touchdown. He's electric. That 99 speed, 97 excel is pretty killer. That might be the game. It's 31-7. It is a victory for us in our final regular season game. So we finish off the Big Ten Conference with 2 big wins. As long as... Actually, I don't even... Because I think we had... Because USC and whoever was ahead of us, I forget who it was. USC and somebody else. They both had 3 losses overall. We only have 2 losses. So, and they both had 2 conference losses as well. We should be playing in the Big Ten Conference game against Oregon. Trey Shembo commits to us. That's awesome. Tillery chose Purdue. Not surprised. I knew we kind of lost him there. And we are going to be playing Oregon in the Big Ten title game. We're number 3 in the country. Oh, that's huge. We were able to jump into the Big Ten championship game. Tillery will take him off. Danny Halen, we're going to keep on, but this is a good recruiting class right now. We're looking pretty good, and we're number 2 in the country. I don't care about getting the number 1 class. All I care about is getting a top 5 class. But let's get to the Big Ten championship. That's what I care about. The Big Ten title game against Oregon. We got our contract extended, which is nice. It's Big Ten title time. Let's go and win one. I would love to win the conference championship at least one time since we've joined the conference. We have not won it yet. I don't even know if we played in it yet, but we have a chance to. It's against a tough Oregon team. This is going to be hard. This is a massive game here in the Big Ten championship against Oregon. We're already down 7-0. Not ideal. We're down 10-0. All right, we're giving the ball right back to Oregon every single time, apparently. This is not looking good. It looks like we threw an interception with Kelshim where it's 17's up. It's 24-0. Okay. We don't stand a chance. 27-0, 34-0. Give me a moment at least. 34-7, 41-7. Okay. All right. I get it. Okay. Yeah, I'd be shocked too. 41-14. We get brutalized by Oregon. They didn't even give me any moments. They said, "You know what? You don't need any moments. Oregon's just going to bend you over and clap them cheeks. And you're just going to have to accept it." Wow. We get crushed in the Big Ten championship by Oregon. We were able to score 14 points, but that doesn't do the game justice. It was, wow. I don't even have any words to describe that game. We get absolutely mauled by Oregon in the Big Ten title game. We should still make the playoffs, I think. It'll have to be a home playoff game. Danny Halen chooses Ohio State instead of us. Ornberger gets player of the game, or player of the week. David Nagy gets the Heisman Trophy. And we will take on Cal in a home playoff game. Wow, we got crushed. Absolutely crushed. David Nagy, quarterback for TCU, gets it. Absolutely, utterly crushed. We didn't win any awards. I guess we can take a look at All-Americans real quick. National first team All-Americans, we have Devontae Hester. That's it. Second team, we have nobody. Freshman All-American nationally, we have not Jaquez, Kevin Costello. So that is it. We have a couple of national guys. Crispin gets Big Ten first team. Devontae Hester, Big Ten first team. Matt Ornberger, second team, Big Ten. And then Kevin Costello's freshman Big Ten, and that's it. So they need to restructure how they work with All-Americans, because we had a lot more players that probably deserve All-Americans. But here are your stats. I realized we didn't even take a look at stats. So this is including the Big Ten championship game. Kelsheem Ware, 2,600 yards, 27 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. It's a fine season, nothing too special. Devin Crispin almost had 1,000 yards, but only 9 touchdowns. Then we had 795 for Hugh O'Dwyer with 9 touchdowns. Ornberger had 621 with 11. This playbook in general just doesn't throw the ball very much. The Ohio Bobcat playbook. Unless I'm the one doing it. So those are the kind of numbers you get. Defensively, 74 tackles for Enrique Valles. Marshall had 49. I might have to change the playbooks for when we simulate. Denton Shaw had 9.5 sacks. Kevin Costello, the freshman, had 6.5. Chester France had 5.5. Interception leader was Terrell Fallon with 4. Valles had 2. Martin Brooks 2. Okay, nothing too amazing in the stats, but we have a big-time game against California in the college football playoffs. We're going to keep our coordinators, and we will jump into this game against Cal. I hope it goes my way, but judging by the Oregon game, we might get killed. The good news about a home playoff game is, other than, obviously, it's at our own place, this is the exact same path we had to take to win our national title last year, in last episode. We had the home playoff game, then we had, or at least we had a playoff game, and then we had the 2 bowl games, and then obviously we went on to play in the national title game, and we won that. So we're kind of on a similar trajectory to get to the national title game as well, or again this year, if our defense plays good, but we're shutting out California right now, so we're doing a pretty good job right here. I don't even think I have to jump in here. It's 28-0. We can just go home. And there we have it. We win another college football playoff game. We scored 7 points in each quarter, and that is enough to beat California. Thank you for making the trip all the way to Ohio there, Cal. But you're going to have to go home very sad. 193 and 4 touchdowns for Kelsheem Ware. And we are moving on to the second round of the college football playoffs. Always good to see. It's just a matter of who we play against, because we do not have a good history against solid to good teams. But that's going to be helping in recruiting for the transfer portal and stuff. I don't even know who's going to be in the transfer portal this year. We get the confetti and the fireworks. We win a college football playoff game. Coach Juice is really racking up them playoff wins. Here is the early national signing day to see the recruits that we already have on campus, see their development traits. And remember, development traits aren't the end-all be-all. It's also the skill caps that they have, the combination of. So we have Chuck Daniels, one of our first recruits. He has Star Dev for Sateki Choi. Elite Dev for DeAndre Sims, the 5-star wide receiver. Impact for JD Flaherty. Impact for Kona Jewel. Elite Dev for the 4-star gem, Jose Redmond. The 4-star corner. I'll take that. Normal for Nathan Clinton and for Dalton Duke. Impact for Jamichael Stewart. Normal for Mike Kunazik. Josh Megna has impact. So does Kerry Montgomery. Normal for Ricky Dimke. Impact for Bernie Sims. Normal for Lane Batonio. And normal for Trey Shembo. Impact for Danny Halen, if you cared, but he's committed to Ohio State. So we got a couple of elite devs, a couple stars, a lot of impact, and a lot of normal, which is usually how it goes. But we have a good recruiting class. I'm happy with that recruiting class. It should help us win a bunch of games, in theory. But we move on to play the Florida Gators in the Sugar Bowl. Wow. That's crazy. We unlocked Program Builder. That's pretty sick. But we are taking on Florida, the #1 team in the country. That's just fantastic. We got killed by USC, by Oregon, by Indiana. How are we going to beat Florida? I have no idea. Let's try. We're down in New Orleans to take on Florida in the Sugar Bowl. This is going to be unbelievably difficult. We have not shown at any point this year that we can take down a team as good as Florida. But we will try. I mean, it's 7-7 at the end of the half. So maybe we got something. I don't know. Kick a big field goal. We take the lead 10-7. Maybe there's something here. All right. Maybe we're the rallying cats. Who knows? 3rd and inches from the 32. This feels just like a run situation, right? Just hand this ball off to Devin Crispin and get in. Snap it while they're not set. Crispin gets the big first down. Continue next moment. We're in the red zone now. It's from the 15. I guess we just hand it off to Crispin again. Oh, look at the blocks. Devin Crispin into the end zone, and he stiff-armed a dude to get in there officially. That's a big touchdown. That's 17-7 right now. Oops, I didn't mean to jump in. Never mind, it's not 17-7 anymore. It is 17 to something. 17-10. Hold on to the lead. Might as well turn the chew clock on just in case. 3rd and 4. We're up by a touchdown against Florida. I'm going to go underneath. It's going to be Higgins, but he doesn't get the first down. He's denied. What's going to happen here? They want me to go for it. Oops, what happened? Wait, what? Oh, the 2-minute timeout. I thought for a second they skipped my play. I was like, what? Did I actually press the wrong button? I don't know what happened there. All right, we were able to make it work. 4th and 1. This is a big 4th down play, and it's going to be Jeremy Johns. He's going to have the room. Jeremy Johns touchdown. That's massive. You know what else is massive? That's a huge touchdown by Jeremy Johns. Hold on to the lead with 48 seconds left. It's 24-18, so they were able to score instantly to get the game closer. But if we can just survive this game, we'll move on to the next round. It's a timeout called by Florida. They have all 3 of them, unfortunately. I hate that. That's one thing I do kind of get annoyed by in college football 2025 is when you do play the moments, the opposing team can score instantly without using any timeouts. The clock management in general in play the moments is just abysmal. Like it doesn't really even exist. Like you can have a whole drive that you simulate, but the clock takes down like 20 seconds, whatever it is. Like it takes down no time. So it's kind of just strange the way that play the moments works in this game. Most of the time they screw you by not giving you any moments. But we will win against Florida 24-18. We'll move on to the next round. We get a Sugar Bowl trophy, one thing that we didn't have last season. We were in the Fiesta Bowl and the Cotton Bowl, I think were the 2 games we played. So we had another trophy to the trophy cabinet. That game's surprising. I did not think we'd beat Florida. Considering the track record we've had this year, I definitely didn't think we'd beat Florida. But we move on to the semifinals. 4 teams remain, and we are one of them. Who we're playing against? Who do we got? It is going to be Washington in the Fiesta Bowl. We've played Washington and beat Washington. So I'm feeling a little good about this. We've already played Washington. We've already beaten Washington. I'm feeling confident we can play in another national title game. The Fiesta Bowl is here, and we're taking on division or conference foe Washington, who we've already beaten this season. We just got to do it one more time. Now, it is difficult to beat a team, the same team, more than once a year in college football, but I think we can do it. I believe in us. We just got to have a good game. We got to have a clean game. We got to just absolutely kill it. Injury for Washington is unfortunate for them. I'm going to go for this because I'm not going to kick a freaking field goal in the Fiesta Bowl against Washington. Are you kidding me? We're going to go for this. We're going to get the first down. We're going to get more than the first down. We're down at the 14-yard line, and we are going to try and score before the quarter is over. Let's scramble here for a second. Try to open up some space for Higgins. I was hoping he would take a little bit more speed and separation, but he didn't. That's okay. 2nd and 5. Fire that in. It's Shaughnessy. He holds on. 1st and goal. Good job, Shaughnessy. We'll go with a counter-strike play, but then audible to a run. And Alonzo Clausen's in the game now. The big dog has arrived. Oh, he's looking at him trying to power his way in there. Call another one. 2nd and goal from the 1. Alonzo Clausen. Run him over. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bobcats. We tie the game. Good job, Alonzo. Oh, 14-14. That was a quick score. It was 14-14 pretty soon after we scored. So we got to try to take the lead this time. 3rd quarter action. I think Jeremy Johnson's wide open. No! The linebacker swats it away because he's a big poopy head. Oh, I hate it here. That was a wide open Jeremy Johns. Very annoying. I think O'Dwyer's absolutely cooked. O'Dwyer! No, he's not in! No, 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 no. You're gonna challenge that. You're gonna give me the touchdown, okay? Thank you. Thank you. That's what I thought. You're not gonna try to cheat me out of a touchdown in the Fiesta Bowl. You kidding me? What do we think this is? That's what I thought. 21-14, 28-14's huge. Come on, boys. Hold it on. Hold it on. What do we got? What's going on? 31-14. Come on, boys. 31-21. Just survive, boys. Just survive. Something's happening. 38-21. It's over. We will play in a national championship game again this year. Oh, my God. Why can we not win the Big Ten and have an undefeated season? Why do we have to make it difficult for us? But we will play in the national title game for the 2nd year in a row. Kelsheem Ware knows nothing other than playing in national championship games. He played in it as a freshman, and he will play in it again as a sophomore. This man is the greatest quarterback of all time. It's just that simple. And Alonzo Clausen just lowering the shoulder. I don't even know if that ball crossed, to be fair, but they gave it to me. And look at that, boys. Holding up the Fiesta Bowl. Well, not holding it up, but standing behind the Fiesta Bowl trophy. That's a big one. That is a big boy victory for the Bobcats. Who we playing in the Natty? Who we playing in the Natty? I haven't even taken a look at the CFP bracket. We probably should, right? Give me that fireworks and the confetti. Give me it. Semifinal playoff game has been won. Let's take a quick peek at who we possibly could play. So it's Tennessee or Alabama. Alabama beat Oregon in the Rose Bowl. So those are the 2 options that we have. I don't like either of those options, to be honest with you. I kind of hope it's Alabama because I've proven to beat them more so than Tennessee, I guess. Who's he going to beat? Trapasso gets player of the week. It'll be Alabama in the national championship game. Okay. This one is not for the faint of heart. Alabama versus Ohio for the Natty. Wow. I mean, you couldn't ask for a bigger opponent in the national championship game. It all comes down to this. It's time for a national championship. I can't believe we're here playing in our 2nd straight one, and we are off to the races. 14-0 already. 14-3, 14-6. Late 2nd quarter action. We already lead 14-6. This is pretty awesome. What a start. Off to a hot start. I'd love to win 2 straight natties as Alpha Higgins makes a tough catch there. Kelsheem Ware already has an interception. He needs to stop throwing picks in simulation, man. I already throw enough of them when I'm controlling him. I can't be having him ruin his stats when I'm not controlling him. We're going to dump that to O'Dwyer. He's got enough speed to get around the corner. Hugh O'Dwyer will walk into the end zone untouched. 21-6. What's the score going to be now? I don't know. It's not showing me. There it is. 28-6. Alabama can't do anything. It's looking like we got a walk-in touchdown or a walk-in national champion. 35-6. Oh, my God. Why couldn't we have played this good the entire season and beaten Oregon? We have won the national championship for the 2nd straight year. The Ohio Bobcats. We overcome all the adversity. Losing to Indiana, who was winless. Losing to USC with recruits on campus. losing by 1 billion to Oregon in the conference title game, and somehow, some way, we still end up in the Natty and we still win it for the second straight year. Coach Juice is just the greatest playoff coach of all time. He might not be the greatest regular season coach of all time, or maybe not even the greatest conference coach of all time, but he's the greatest playoff. When it comes to the playoffs, you don't want to see Coach Juice on the other sideline. He is undefeated in college football playoff games, and he is goated on all of the sticks. He's just the best. Another natty for the boys. What a way to end the series properly. We win another national championship. We are going to still simulate a couple of years to see some of our guys' careers finish out, like obviously Kelshim Ware, we want to see how his career finishes. But winning 2 national titles, the final 2 years of full year simulation or full year playing, I'd say that's pretty awesome. That is pretty awesome. Now, the one thing, or the 2 things that we don't want to forget to do before we get to simulating is switch the playbook, because we're not going to simulate very well with Ohio's playbook. And we want to change recruiting to auto recruiting. Now, auto recruiting is going to kill us because it's going to give us a bunch of a bunch of 3 stars and bums and stuff like that. We get CEO unlock. That's cool. It's going to give us a bunch of scrubs who are bad, but that's okay because we're not going to really care about those guys. Let's keep advancing. We move on. Back-to-back national champions because we're goated. We can take a look at coach contracts really quickly. I mean, look at that. Back-to-back natties. Undefeated in playoff football. We're just too good. We are just simply too good. All right, players leaving. Who's saying goodbye to us? We have Devin Crispin, who's a 99 overall, by the way, wants to go to the NFL draft. Our persuasion chance is 0. Devontae Hester wants to go to the NFL draft. And same thing with Hugh O'Dwyer. I don't want any of them to go. We're not losing a quarterback. Running back, can we get him back? Devin Crispin will leave us. He will go to the NFL draft. I mean, he deserves it. Wide receivers, Hugh O'Dwyer will not come back. He will go to the NFL draft. We're also losing Matt Ornberger for graduation, Alpha Higgins for graduation, and Victor Pakulik for graduation. And Alpha Higgins is projected round 1 as well. We're losing Jermaine Kuma and Jeremy Johns to graduation for tight ends. I love Jeremy Johns, man. He was a great player for me. No left tackles. We're losing Cam Hendricks to the draft. He's a left guard that started for us a long time. We're losing Nate Folau and Pat Turpin to graduation at center. No right guards. Zay Cook will graduate. He's also injured for some reason. And Jeremy Figures will leave for graduation as well. 2 senior right tackles. Adrian Trapasso graduates at left end. No D tackles. Denton Shaw and Joey Gaston are graduating at right end. Colt Juszczyk will graduate at left outside linebacker. Devontae Hester will not come back as well. He goes to the NFL draft at middle linebacker. That's a tough one. Montel Blunt will graduate at right outside linebacker. Terrell Fallon, Marquez Grubbs, and Justin Marshall all graduate at corner. They were unbelievably good corners for us, including these 2 guys, Marshall and Fallon. Free safety, Addison McLeod, and nobody else. But we're losing 3 really, really good starters. We're losing a lot of starters, but 3 that are leaving early that are kind of annoying. I was hoping we'd get at least one of them back, but we couldn't. We get another level up, which is nice. We got 10 more points to put into Motivator. Try and get Motivator to be the top one. We'll go those. I don't think we have it yet. Nope, we're still in Tactician. That's okay. What do we have here? What's this? This is Talent Developer Unlocked. We're just unlocking all of the coaching abilities. The draft results, what do we have? What do we have? We got round 1 for Crispin, Higgins, and Hester. Round 2 for Hugh O'Dwyer. Round 4 for Cam Hendricks. And round 6 for Justin Marshall. That's going to do wonders for recruiting in the future because our pro potential is going to go crazy. Our entire recruiting class, we have 16 guys already committed to the class. That currently leaves us as the number 3 team in the country, but that's before the transfer portal. Who is available to come to play for us? So the top 8 players do not want to come play for us from the transfer portal. That's kind of annoying. Why don't you want to come play for us? A senior tight end we don't necessarily need, but I'll take a look at him. I'll also look at what is he? He's a senior, he's going to be a senior defensive end. We're probably not going to go too crazy in the transfer portal because are these guys really going to be that good for us? They're probably not going to help us out that much. There's a 3-star quarterback we don't need. He's also a transfer freshman, so he's going to be a sophomore. I'll take a look at him. We've got the hours to work with, so it's not like we're hurting for hours. Corbin McKee is a transfer junior tight end. He'll be a senior if he comes in on campus. We'll offer him a scholarship. Sam Foria, what's he got? He's got 95 tackle as a senior, or going to be a senior. We'll offer him a scholarship. Trey Savage is a transfer junior. Looks pretty decent. Offer him a scholarship as well. What about this 3-star quarterback from Eastern Michigan? He's not good, so we're just going to let him leave. But we'll go crazy on these guys and hopefully be able to bring them in. And with these 4 stars hopefully added to the class, that should keep us securely in the top 5, maybe even push us over Auburn for number 2. That might be a little bit too much hoping, but as long as we stay top 5, that's all that matters, really. We'll get everybody on visits. We'll hope that he likes championship contender. We'll hope that he likes conference prestige. And we'll hope that he likes pro potential. I don't know if those guys are actually going to like that, but we'll hope. Okay, that's all the recruiting I'm going to do. We don't need to do anything too crazy. We already have a really good class. We already have a really, really good class, so we're looking good. All right, week 2 of recruiting. We are not in the lead for any of them, except for Trey Savage. Penn State and Auburn are pretty tough, but the bye weeks we haven't had yet for them yet, so we'll see what happens, and we can always go to hard sell at the end of the game, or at the end of the week if we need to. So 2 of the 3 are coming on campus here, and we're still number 2 for most of them. We might not get any of them, actually. Yeah, we got passed by a lot of people. A week 6 visit for Penn State's kind of crazy. I guess we'll try to swap. I mean, I guess these guys are just don't want to come play for the 2-time defending national champions. I mean, what are you talking about? Our grades are really good, though. So we'll start hard selling on all 3 of them. What's he going to like? Hard sell. It's probably going to be this one. Let's go with Sunday Bound. And then Trey Savage. I don't know if we're going to be able to make up enough ground to pass these guys, pass these other teams. I hope that we can. His is going to be probably that one, TV time. So we'll go with that and then that. All right. We'll see if we can get past them. And you know what the problem was? The reason why we fell down on those guys probably is because I guessed wrong on the visits. But Trey Savage does end up committing to us, so we get an extra 4-star. But Corbin McKee and Sam Foria chose other teams. So we get 1 extra player in the transfer portal. I probably missed on their visits. Didn't get the right thing that they cared about. But that's okay. We have the number 2 class in the country. As long as it stays like that, unless or Auburn pulls in some extra guys in this final week of recruiting. But we should be able to grab our second top 5 class in the country. And we hopefully will be good to go. National Signing Day. What's our class officially finish as? The number 2 class. Boom. Number 2 class in the country. That's big. That's another top 5 class. Let's take a look at the final guys. Dev trait, it is Trey Savage. He only has normal. That's okay. Totally fine. But we got the number 2 class in the country. We got position changes. How many athletes do we have? How many athletes? We have 3. Kerry Montgomery, I think he was a running back. They want him to be a fullback. You know what? 6'1", 183, not really a fullback, but I'll put you there. It could be fun. Could be fun. What about DeAndre Sims? He's a wide receiver, right? Or a tight end. 6'3", 201. You know what? Put him at tight end. Yeah, that's a big body dude. And then we got JD Flattery, who I think was also a running back, but he's a tight end. 6'4", 291. I'll put him at tight end. Kelsheem Ware's going to grow like crazy. Caleb Lyle's good. we're looking pretty solid. Alonzo Clausen will take over it. He's got 99 speed. He's 6'3", 233. He's massive. And then 97 speed for Sateki Choi is absolutely insane. Wide receiver class looks really good. We're pretty young. Tight ends are looking great now. I mean, we're 3-time champs. I can see it written in the stars. It's destiny. 5,600 XP does not get us another level up. We earned another thing, though. We get Elite Recruiter unlocked. Huge. Absolutely huge. Elite Recruiter. Okay, so training results. Clausen is our highest overall player. Not a shock. Kelshim Ware's an 89. I mean, if Kelshim Ware goes to the draft after the year, then Caleb Lyle will just take over right after him. The quarterbacks are looking really good. We got a lot of quarterback prospects here. Alonzo Clausen's a freak. At wide receiver, Shaughnessy's great. Toppins takes a good jump. These guys are unbelievably good. At tight end, Richard Elam will be the starter probably. Casey Berg will get a little bit of run. CJ Elam grew. I like that. Demetrius Casey grows. Tavares Ram. We got a lot of right guards. We'll just have to move some over to left guard probably. But we're looking really good there. Taekwon Bidet looks good. I remember recruiting him. No left ends. We got a bunch of right ends, though, including Kevin Costello, who comes back after being freshman All-American. I mean, we got a lot of depth. We're really good. We are a really, really good football team. Witherspoon's got 85 speed. Chester Vowles has 87 speed, 89 Excel. 91 speed for Enrique Val. I mean, we're going to be flying all over the field. We only have 3 corners, though. Ooh, I might have made a mistake. I might have to change some of these safeties to corner. Can you play corner? What are your coverage skills? Did we not have more corner? I thought we were... Oh, no. I don't have to change anybody. This is just training results. They're not showing the freshmen that we just brought in. We brought in a couple of corners. We don't have to worry about that. I panicked for a second thinking I missed out on some people. All right, encourage transfers. We have 79 of 85, so we don't have to transfer anybody. But our total... Yeah, we have enough corners. I freaked out for a second there, but we are good. We don't need to transfer any corners. We're totally fine. And we're not going to transfer anybody because we are good to go. I need to make sure that the Big Ten conference rules, we're not going to play 10 games anymore. We're going to play 8. 8 Big Ten games. That way we can play a little bit more non-conference. But that should be good to go. We're not going to transfer anybody, and we will move on to simulation time. We will simulate a couple of years. I want to see the careers finish for some of our big-time guys that we care about. So we'll take a look at that. Set up recruiting. I'll do this off camera for a second just to get it done because I know it's kind of tedious. So I'll do this off camera. And then custom schedules. We have FAU, North Carolina, FCS East. Well, we're not playing FCS East. That's just not going to happen. We will play Arizona State, though. That's kind of fun. Tulane. That needs to be a home game because it's big recruiting. So that needs to be a home game. I'll play Tulane. That's fine. FAU in North Carolina. That's all good. We can keep that schedule. If it... Oh, no, crap. I was going to say if it works, but I hit discard changes on accident. So we'll put Arizona State back in there. We'll put that at a home game. We'll put Arizona State on the road. That's fine. Just so we have even amount of games. Save changes. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to go and set up the recruiting board, and I'll be back when it's all done. I'll also have the playbook changed by then, and auto recruiting set up as well. Actually, I don't have to set up the recruiting board, right? Because we're going to have auto... Duh, I'm stupid. So I'll get everything set up for next season, get the depth chart figured out. That's probably what I'll do. And then I'll bring you guys back in. Alonzo Clausen, did that just say he was a preseason Heisman? Hold on. Top stories. Alonzo Clausen is in the preseason Heisman voting. That's huge. That's pretty cool. But I'm going to get everything set up, and then I will see you guys when I'm done. Okay, I got everything set up for the simulation. We have a new playbook. We're going to be running TCU's offensive playbook this year in simulation. I also wanted to point out something that I thought was pretty funny. I was going into free practice to get like a thumbnail picture for Kelshim Ware, and I noticed that the freshman that we brought in, JD Flattery, Was originally an offensive lineman that we moved to tight end because I thought it'd be pretty fun. He's 6'4", 291. I didn't even look at his weight when I made him a tight end. He's huge. I think it's hilarious. I think it's absolutely hilarious that he's a tight end. He looks hilarious. But I have auto recruiting turned on. They're going after some 4 stars. They have a 5-star on the board. They have a couple 5 stars on the board, actually. They're not even using all of their hours. The auto recruiter sucks. But at least they're going after some big-time players. And it's not just like 3 stars and 2 stars because we're Ohio. But we are going to simulate the year. You know what the schedule looks like already. We're going to simulate the season. Hopefully win a bunch of games. And see how our guys do now that we are not controlling them. So I'll see you guys at the end of this first year of simulation. After completing the season, we finished at 10-2, similar to what we just had this past year in the video. That's really awesome. And it looks like we're going to be missing out on the Big Ten Championship. That's okay. We do bring in a 5-star, Carl Batonio, who was a D tackle. This is what the auto recruiting class did. We'll take off David Chosen, which is a great name, by the way. There are some 3 stars on this board, but we're locked out on a bunch of them. I don't know why the CPU auto recruiter doesn't use all the hours. Seems kind of strange. But we're bringing in a decent class. 4 stars, 3 stars, a 5-star. It's not going to be anything special. It's not going to be top 5. But we already did that before we... before we started simulating. We already got 2 top 5 classes, so it's not a big deal. Are we going to be... I mean, we're number 4 team in the country. Are we going to be playing in the... Yeah, we are. Okay, we're the 6th seed right now. How did everybody do stat-wise? How did Kelsheem Ware do in the TCU playbook? So he didn't throw that many more yards than when we were playing as him in the different playbook. 2,800 with 32 touchdowns. He threw less interceptions this year, which is nice. But I don't know if this is going to warrant him going to the NFL draft. Alonzo Clausen, his first year as a starter, 657 and 11 touchdowns. I think the TCU playbook doesn't really lend itself to running the ball very much. Anthony Toppins had a great year as a freshman redshirt. He's got a lot of speed, so it makes sense. Richard Penn, I mean, everybody on our team has a lot of speed, so it makes sense why these guys are getting the yards. Then defensively, 83 tackles for CJ Byard. Velez had 71. Tackle velocity was Brian Kearns, 7 for Jamar Witherspoon. Kearns also led the team in sacks to 5.5, 4.5 for Chester France, who's hurt. Witherspoon had 3 sacks. Interception leader was PJ Murphy with 4. Velez had 3, so did Rudy Cheeks. Okay, some good stats. Nothing too crazy. We'll keep simulating until we get to the offseason or until we get to a national championship game. We'll only jump in for those. We get another 4-star, a 3-star, Coco Bouchard. So we're still getting some recruits. It's not going to be a great class, but it's going to be something probably top 50, I would think. Maybe even top 30. Who knows? We're still going after some guys. Who are we playing in the first round of the playoffs? Tyrion Kane, sophomore from Auburn, won the Heisman this year. Maybe we should switch to the Auburn playbook. I switched to TCU's because I've seen TCU simulate very well in a bunch of different instances. We're taking on Troy in the home playoff game. I'm not going to jump into it because I only jump in for national championship games at this point. How did we do for our dev traits? So we got normal for Avery Cush and for Desmond Garvin. Star for the 5-star Carl Batonio. That's at least something. Isaiah Sly is normal. Impact for Trent Callaway. Normal for Tevin Samaya. Star for Antonio Cormier. Normal for Jimmy Vaughn. And for Emeka McCracken. Great name. Impact for Ahmad Coxey, who we just got. Then we got normal for Coco Bouchard. And Hakeem Zunbar? How would you even start to say that name? Zubnar? I've never seen a name like that before. The DZUB, is that Zub? Is the D silent? I have no idea. He's got normal dev, though. That's a crazy name. Absolute insanity. What is the auto-generated names cooking up here? You're going to give me a stroke. We'll take all the guys off that are locked out, just to clean up the board a little bit. So nobody with elite dev, that's not the end of the world. I didn't think the auto recruiter would give us elite dev. Can we at least beat Troy and win a playoff game? We'll have to find out. Are we going to get the fireworks? No, we lose to Troy. So Coach Juice's first ever playoff loss is in simulation. We lost the first game of the year to Florida Atlantic. That's not ideal. We also lost to Illinois. Those were our 2 losses in the regular season. Then we lose to Troy. So year number 1 of the simulation does not go very well. Does not go very well. What's the national title game going to look like? At least we got our 2 titles during the playthrough, so I can't be too mad about it. I didn't think we'd simulate that well when we got to this point anyway. It's going to be Georgia Tech versus Georgia. What a weird national championship. It'd be funny if the game was played in Georgia. Our pro potential goes down a little bit. Georgia beats Georgia Tech for the national championship. All right, whatever. Are we going to hit the portal? Whose player's leaving? Who's leaving? We've got a transfer in Chuck Daniels, the 5-star. He didn't play very much. Or no, he didn't like the playing style, but he's decided to come back, thankfully. We're also going to lose Alonzo Clausen to the first round of the draft. Wow, Alonzo Clausen has decided to leave for the NFL draft. He got 1 year as a starter. He said, I'm leaving. Quarterback, Cameron Best will leave. He was not the best quarterback, but he was a good one. Running back, we know about Clausen. Oscar Trapp is gone as well. At wide receiver, Matthew Shaughnessy. Left tackle, Paul Chambers. Left guard, Demetrius Casey. Heath Claber, Brooks, and Tavares Rahman are leaving at center. Richard Tunyon at guard, and Taekwon Bidet at right tackle. He's also going to the draft. Chester France, who's still hurt. He must have been out for the whole year, maybe. I don't know. He's leaving to D-tackle. He's graduating. We got Chuck Daniels back. No outside linebackers. No middle linebacker. No linebackers in general. P.J. Murphy, Rudy Cheeks, and Trey Savage, the transfer, will graduate. Then we got C.J. Byard graduating. And then Denzel Biggums will graduate as the punter. Okay. I'm glad we were able to get Chuck, whatever his name was, back. The 5-star and defensive end. But losing Alonzo Clausen's kind of frustrating. He got 1 year as a starter, and he's out of here. He didn't even have that good of a year. We get Clausen and Taekwon Bidet drafted, both in the first round. Somebody's going to be real happy about Alonzo Clausen, that's for sure. He's a stud. Are there any top players in the transfer portal that want to come here? Wow, really? Nobody again? There's no 5-stars in the portal this year. But there are no guys that want to come play for us. If I do this, is it going to take my guys off the board? Like I add Dante Barnes on the board, but when I simulate, is it going to take it all away because it's auto recruiting? I'm not sure. I guess we'll find out as I simulate. But we got a couple more years to go. We'll get a week 2, and I'll do like Coach Prestige or something. I don't know. All right, that'll be my contribution to the recruiting class as long as it keeps him in there. He looks like he could be a pretty good player. He's a transfer sophomore, so he's going to be a junior when he comes in. If he comes in. What was his name again? I don't know. We'll have to take a look at it. This defensive end really wants to transfer. Did they take him off? No, he's still here, but they took all his hours away. Stop taking my hours away. What are you doing? Who do you think you are? Luckily, they can't take away the visit. Who do you think you are taking away my hours? That's probably going to hurt us in the end. Why would you not want a 4-star corner when we are losing a lot of corners? We'll see if they take away the hours again. We might have already lost him because that initial week we didn't get. All right, I don't remember. I keep forgetting what his name is, so I can't look at him in that section. Where's he at? We got a lot more guys. Okay, so they didn't. His name is Barnes. They didn't take the hours off this time, thankfully. But we might already be screwed, unfortunately. I can try the old hard sell. He's probably going to like this one, so we'll go with that. We'll switch it to 25, so that he has the full 65. I don't know if we're going to be able to pass Miami of Ohio or Ohio State. Going to be a pretty big battle. Gideon Butt, that's a good name. Jermaine Yancey, also a good name. Dwayne Page. We're getting a lot of guys. And there's Dante Barnes, so we got the 4-star transfer that I was going after. All right, there's my contribution to the recruiting class the year of simulating. I don't think we're going to get anybody else. We got locked out of a 2-star fullback. Everybody that we're in the lead for, we should just be able to get. That's usually how it works. So let's advance and see what happens. We got another D tackle, 3-star, another 3-star quarterback, Jamison Yusuf, Noah Sawyer. All right, National Signing Day. Where do we finish in the classes and all that good stuff? So we didn't get you, we didn't get you, didn't get you, or these two. So we end up with, what, 24 players in the class? No, 23 players in the class. All right, 23 players in the class, not too bad. We end up with the 14th class in the country. You know what? With the auto recruiting doing that, that's not bad. I was expecting to be like 50th or something like that, maybe even lower. That's not that bad. I'll take that for sure. What about athletes? How many athletes do we have? We have 2. We have Ed Thorne, who's a receiving back, but he can also play outside linebacker. He's 5'9", though. He's not playing outside linebacker at 5'9". I'm sorry, big dog. You might have dreams of playing outside linebacker. You're not doing it. And then Darren Winbush will switch to him to a running back as well. Kelsheem Ware will go into his senior season as the starting quarterback. He's a 90 overall. He's killing the game. And then the year after, we'll have Caleb Lyle. I think once the recruiting class of Caleb Lyle graduates, that's probably when we will be done. Because we're starting to get to a point where we don't really care about these guys. I mean, it's only one extra season. Excuse me. It's only one extra season, so it's not that big of a deal. But like once this recruiting class goes, the sophomore redshirts, once they graduate, that's probably when we will end the series, or end the video, I guess. Because after that point, we haven't really built up a connection with any of those guys. So let's simulate to next year. Although we got to see the training results. We do get 5,600 XP, which moves up another level. That's always nice. We got the training results. We'll put those abilities into, how much is it? It's 15 for Elite Recruiter. We'll put these into Motivators so that we can try to keep building that up. We're almost passing Tactician there. We got training results. Who's the highest overall player in the class or in the team this year? It's going to be CJ Elam, the left tackle. JD Flaherty. Oh my God. He was like a 79. Hold on. What's his depth trait? He's got impact. He's got a lot of skill caps. Look how big he is, though. 6'4", 291 at tight end. Oh my God. He was like a 79 when we brought him in as a tight end last year. He's now a 95? That's the biggest jump I've ever seen. That's crazy. Yeah, we're definitely going to see. And Kona Jewel's already up here as well. A lot of the sophomores that we just brought in this final class are pretty high rated. But once those guys graduate, that's when we'll end the video and end the series. But we'll go to year number 9, right? Year number 9, because that was year number 8, I think. Or no, that was this is year number 10. Hold on, let me go to the coach contracts. How many years is this? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that was 8 years. Then is what we played. And then this is just what we did year 9, which is what we simulated. So year number 10 is what we're going to right now. And we need to cut one person from the squad. It's probably going to be a quarterback. No, it's not going to be a quarterback because I can't cut any of these guys. Not going to cut a running back. Probably, I was going to say probably cut a receiver, but I can't do that. Probably should cut a tight end. I mean, I got a lot of tight ends for no reason. How am I looking on defense, though? No. We got a lot of corners. I'll keep all these guys. It's probably going to be a tight end. And it's probably going to be this dude right here, Ahmad Bugs. I remember scouting him. Or maybe it's Scott. It's going to be Scott Robinson. We're going to transfer him out. Okay, so that is good. We're not going to change the conference. We're good to go. And we're going to enter season number 10 in the simulation. So that's pretty cool. Kelsheem Ware's senior year. I need to make sure that the depth chart is looking good. So depth chart, we've got Kelsheem starting at quarterback, obviously. Then the only one that I want to check is defensive ends. We've got Kevin Costello starting at right end. Then we got Stimson, Terrell Stimson, and Daniels. Daniels probably needs to start. I know he's got playing style as his deal breaker. Maybe if he's on the field more, he'll get will get more of a playing style and he won't transfer. All right, what's the custom schedule looking like this year? Boston College, Miami, another FCS game. The only thing I'll change is the FCS game, I guess. We'll swap it to, I don't know, how about Colorado? Sure, why not? That'll be what we do. Save the changes, and we will move on to season number 10. I will simulate the year, bring you guys back in when it's done, and hopefully the auto recruiter does a good job to give us some good recruits, and hopefully we win a bunch of games. We simulated year number 10, and we finished 9-3. So we're just not doing very well in simulation. Maybe TCU's playbook isn't the right one to use. Maybe for season 11, maybe we should switch to something else. I don't really know, but we're not playing in any conference championship games or anything like that. We might not even play in the playoffs this year. We might not even be in the playoffs. We got a 3-star running back, Jaquan Lyle, which isn't Jaquan Lyle a real person? That name sounds super familiar. Rashad Beauplan, junior wide receiver from Ohio State, wins the Heisman this year. Congratulations to him, I guess. And we do make the college football playoff as against North Texas, if I can speak. Very interesting. Early National Signing Day. How did the auto recruiter do? So I don't see any 5 stars out the gates. Matt Speed, great name for an offensive lineman, has star dev. Impact for Cam Scroggins. Normal for Robert Sahara. Angel Azur gets normal. David Dickey, 4-star left end, has elite dev. Evan Schaefer has impact. Normal for Ahmad Nealon. Jaquan Lyle, who we just saw, has normal. And that is the entire class. Great, auto recruiter. I appreciate that. You're going to bring Ohio back down to where they used to be. Are we going to actually win this game? I don't know. Let's take a look at the stats first before we simulate the game. 2,300 yards, 32 touchdowns, 5 interceptions for Kelshim. Then we had, finally, 1,100 yards and 7 touchdowns for Greg Feely. Maybe it just took that type of running back, a smaller type of running back, to get really good simulation numbers. I don't know. Alex Cook had 834 through the air. Anthony Toppins had 799, 745 for Richard Penn. Touchdown leader was Cook and Toppins, both with 12, 10 for Richard Penn. Defensively, Kona Jewell had 70 tackles, 62 for Velez. Megna had 53, 44 for Brooks. Tackle for loss leader was Kevin Costello with 10. Sack leader was Terrell Stimson with 6. So he must have gotten on the field a lot, even though Chuck Daniels was supposed to be starting. He might have been playing rush defensive end. 4 for Costello and Brian Kearns. Kendrick had 2.5. Interception leader was Neiman with 5. Velez had 3, so did Dalton Duke, 2. Okay. Good numbers. Good absolute numbers. But are we going to actually win a playoff game this year instead of losing like last year? We get another offensive lineman. It's a 4-star guard. Show me the fireworks, please. Yes, there we go. Fireworks and confetti. We win a playoff game. Coach Juice is back. And we're taking on NC State in the Peach Bowl. That's not going to be very easy, is it? Well, tell me we can win it. Tell me. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Show me a W. Show me confetti and fireworks. Yes, confetti and fireworks, baby. We are winning the Peach Bowl. That's what I'm talking about. We're playing in the semifinals now. That's huge. Kelshim Ware, he doesn't want to go out on his back. Oh, no, not a match against the Ducks. The Oregon Ducks. Kelshim Ware in what could be his final playoff game, his final game as an Ohio Bobcat, taking on Oregon. We got crushed by them a couple years ago in the Big Ten Championship. Will it stay the same? Will we beat them? Kelshim Ware gets Player of the Week. That's a good sign. But we lost. Oh, I thought because he got Player of the Week, he had like 4 touchdowns. What was the score? It was 41-38. They most likely won on like a last-second field goal or something. That's criminal. We lose in the semifinal to Oregon. We just simply cannot beat Oregon. And Kelshim Ware will fall in his final game. That's unfortunate. That's real unfortunate. And Notre Dame beat Oregon by a single point. So they're the national champions for this year. Andy Davis commits to the program. He's a wide receiver. Players leaving. Don't show me what I don't want to see. Richard Penn wants to go to the draft? No, thank you. Yeah, he's coming back. I didn't think so. Quarterback, Kelsheem Ware. He's projected round 5. He's going to go to the draft. Jamarcus Ezekiel will also graduate. No running backs, no fullbacks. We got Richard Penn back, but Lionel Wooten will graduate. Richard Elam graduates at tight end. Excuse me, tight end. CJ Elam, and he's going to the draft. And Gil Salam will graduate. No left guards, no centers, no right guards, no right tackles, no left ends. D tackle, we've got Matt Kendricks graduating. We've got Brian Kearns headed to the draft in round 5. And Steven Gardaki will graduate. Right end, we got Juan Linder and Rashad Cano, both graduating. Darren Hurley, D'Angelo Talbot, and Jamar Witherspoon graduating, and Witherspoon going to the draft. Middle linebackers, nobody. Right outside, we got Marquez Oakman and Enrique Velez, who's going in the draft. No surprise there. No corners. Free safety, Caleb October. You remember when I got Caleb October? He was a pretty good player. Martin Brooks graduating, so we're losing 2 big safeties. That's going to be a tough class to lose. Those are a lot of key players, including our starting quarterback, leaving in the draft. We get a 1,300 XP boost. Nice. Nice little 1,300 XP boost. Draft results, how'd we do? Round 1 for CJ Elam, 2 for Velez, 4 for Brian Kearns and Jamar Witherspoon, 5 for Kelsheem Ware, and 7 for Martin Brooks. So our draft potential, or our pro potential, is probably at its highest it's ever been. We already took a look at all the scrubs that the CPU brought in. We don't need to take a look at those guys anymore. Anybody interested in the transfer portal? Actually, a top 10 player. Transfer junior Cal Melvin, along with a middle linebacker, Randy Braun, who are both going to be seniors, if we're able to bring them in. But we might as well try, because they're 4 stars, and they can always help us out. You never know. We will offer him the entirety of the hours that we have. Hopefully the CPU doesn't take these off again like they did previously. I mean, these guys don't look amazing, but they're 4 stars. They'll help the class. They'll help the team, hopefully. And we're coming off of our best season, so maybe that makes me think I shouldn't change the playbook if we're coming off of a playoff semifinal. Maybe we should just keep it the way that it is with TCU. I don't know, but we're going to have the one quarterback. I forget his name now. I keep wanting to say Cameron Best, but that's the guy that graduated a couple years ago. I forget his name, but he's going to be starting this year, and he's the last of the guys that we care about. So once his time is up, then we will move on. They did take all the points off of Caleb Massey, because of course they did. Why would you take the points off? He's a 4-star transfer. Wait, who is this? This isn't the guy that I was going after. He's a sophomore. Hold on. Stop it. So it's Melvin. Oh, I was going after Melvin and Braun. They took both of those off. Why would you do that? Let them have it. The CPU doesn't know how to recruit. The CPU does not know how to recruit. They switched. I mean, you have plenty of hours. There's no reason to take my hours off. Use the hours that you have available on other people if you want to. But they also added 2 more transfers, and they're going after Jamie McGee, and they're going after Caleb Massey. I guess I'll put hours on Caleb Massey. He doesn't look too bad. We could always use defensive end depth, I guess. He likes conference prestige. Good thing we're in the Big Ten. We'll see if we can get those guys, if they'd stop messing with it. Stop your messing. We get Cole Mixon, who's a quarterback. We get Derek Faucha. Frank, I don't even want to try it. Chet School, that's a great name. How are we doing for the transfers, though? How is we doing for the transfers? They took the hours off of Caleb Massey. I can't handle this CPU thing anymore. We're going to get whoever we get. I don't even care. It doesn't matter. We've only got a couple more years of simulation. Maybe even just 1 more year of simulation. I don't even know. David Smith has committed to the program. Earl McLugan. Oh, that's a great name. Henry Durante, Julius Carney. We're getting a bunch of 3 stars. There's a 4-star. They're trying to hurt Ohio. They're trying to make sure that Ohio goes back down to irrelevancy, but I won't allow it. I won't have it. More commitments. We're going to bring in a full class, it looks like. We're bringing in a ton of people. There's Cal Melvin, so that's one of the transfers we got. And Randy Braun, there's another transfer. So 2 of them we bring in. I don't know about the other 2 guys. Oh my God, this is a crazy class. We're bringing in so many people. I saw Massey down there. He didn't choose us. Not surprised. We bring in a crazy big class. It's going to be like 25 people, I think. Once I take all these guys off. It's 28 people, actually. That's a crazy big class. I don't think any 5 stars this year. But we finished with 21. Yeah, no 5 stars. 8 4 stars, 23 stars. Great. You always got to love the 3 stars. What about athletes? We've got a couple of them. Robert Sahara is a quarterback. We'll make him a quarterback because we need more quarterbacks, don't we? What about this guy, Frank? He's a strong safety or a running back. Let's make him a strong safety. And then we also have Gabe Albrecht, who is a free safety. So we'll make him left outside linebacker. Because, yeah, sure, why not? That'll be the position changes. This JD Flattery dude is crazy. The fact that he's this high of an overall is hilarious. And then he's a massive tight end. 291 pounds at tight end's crazy. 3,600 XP. We didn't level up? Oh, that's crazy. It's rigged. Absolutely rigged. JD Flattery is a 99 overall. This dude's unbelievable. Greg Feely's a 94. 94 for Kona Jewel. Costello. The quarterback this year will be, it looks like actually Jimmy Dial. No, it's going to be Caleb Lyle. No Jimmy Dial. It's going to be Caleb Lyle. He's going to be the starter this year. We're looking pretty good. Running back, we've got Feely and Sateki Choi. At wide receiver, there's Richard Penn, Toppins, Alex Cook. Yeah, this class that we've got right now, the current juniors, they're the last class that we care about. So once they're all gone, then we will move to end the video. And it shouldn't be more than just one more season after this. Do we need to encourage any transfers? Yeah, we need to encourage 10 people to transfer. So it probably should be some of these quarterbacks they brought in, like Jamison Youssef. Goodbye. Running back. I'll keep these guys around. Fullback. We got 2 fullbacks on roster. That's crazy. There's Kerry Montgomery, who we brought in a couple years ago. Wide receiver. I mean, I want to cut all the guys they just brought in. These guys are all garbage, but I can't. So I guess we'll leave who we have. No, Tevin Samaya is going to be cut. He's gone. He's gone. Tight end, we got to cut a couple of these guys. It's gonna be Noah Sawyer. He's gonna get cut, and probably Ahmad Buggs as well. You're also gonna get cut. We have no left tackles on roster. It's kind of scary. We have a lot of right guards. They're all gonna stay though. Right tackle. Okay, we have a bunch of right tackles to be able to replace them, but Coco Bouchard's gonna get cut. 5 more players. 5 more players. Probably gonna be Craig Birmingham. He's going to get cut. Lane Batonio, I like. Who else is going to get cut? We need 4 more guys. Got to find somebody. I want to cut all the people they brought in. Gideon Butt is going to get cut. Same thing with Jermaine Yancey. 2 more guys. We'll keep all the rest of the corners. 97 speed for Josh Megna. I recruited him. No wonder. Who's this guy? Manuel Canham. He's going to get cut. And then we've got... Oh, we got 3 kickers on roster. I guess we cut somebody. I want to cut their... Why'd they recruit a kicker? We have 2 kickers on scholarship already. I guess we just cut Fahoko since he's a senior. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Let's move on to the penultimate season of simulation. I got to make sure that Lyle is starting at quarterback, though, over Dial. Custom schedule. Who are we going to play this year? We've got FCS Northwest. We'll take them off the schedule. We'll play Arizona, I guess. Sure, why not? All right, save the changes. Let's go to the depth chart and make Mr. Lyle the starting quarterback over Dial. Boom. All right, Caleb, you're finally going to get your moment. You were behind, what's-his-face, Kelsheem Ware for most of your career, but it's finally your time. It is finally your time. I'm going to simulate the year. Hopefully we're back in the college football playoffs because we made a trip to the semifinals, but I want to win another one. Another year down, and this time we actually played unbelievably good, only losing 1 game, and we have another chance at a Big Ten title. This time, it's against Oregon again. Thankfully, we actually won a lot of games. We didn't lose a game until we lost to Iowa, who we beat this year in the actual video. But we take on Oregon. We're number 3 in the country right now, so we're kind of killing the game a little bit. But will we lose to Oregon once again? I mean, it's looking pretty likely, if I had to guess. Oregon is a tough team to beat. We're almost fully maxed out on Motivator, though. How's the recruiting going? How's the auto recruiting going? Oh, we actually signed a 5-star. Let's go. 2 5-stars, a 5-star quarterback, Gordon Thomas. 6'4", 223. We don't know what his speed is, but it could be pretty good. All right, 2 5-stars this year. Maybe we're not as scrubbed as I thought we were going to be. The auto recruiting seems to be performing fine. We kind of had a down year this past year, but I'll take 2 5-stars, including a 5-star D tackle and a 5-star quarterback. Absolutely. But here's the moment of truth. Can we beat Oregon, get our revenge, and finally win a conference title here in the Big Ten? Please show me some confetti. We get a 3-star tight end. That's not the confetti I was looking for. 3-star fullback. Please, please, please. No, we're 11-2. We lose. We can't beat Oregon. Oh, I don't know what it is about Oregon. They're our kryptonite, apparently. And it seems like we will never win a Big Ten championship. That is so frustrating, man. Matt Gradkowski, who is a sophomore wide receiver, he wins the Heisman. Those aren't even that good of numbers. It must have been a really down year. But we will take on Tennessee in the home playoff game. That's fun. We didn't get to play them in the national championship because they already lost Alabama. So our season stats for this year, 3,300 yards, 41 touchdowns, and 4 picks for Caleb Lyle. Is he God? Those are unbelievable numbers from Caleb Lyle. Greg Feely had 989 and 6 touchdowns. 1,000 yards for Anthony Toppins with 15 touchdowns. Antonio Cormier had 646. Defensively, 61 tackles for Prince Ahanotu. I don't know. Kona Jewell had 61 tackles as well. 7 tackles for loss for Carl Batonio, who's injured. Terrell Stimson had 5. Same thing with Costello. Batonio had 8 sacks. 7 for Costello. Chuck Daniels had 5.5. Nice to see. And then Jose Redmond and Prince both had 3 interceptions. So that is our season stats. We take on Tennessee, the Vols. Although we got to take a look at early National Signing Day, see what these dev traits are going to be. We've got ourselves Impact for the 5-star Joe Callaway. Normal for Jeremy Vernon. Impact for Trent Bragg. Devontae Bowe has Impact. Star for Gordon Thomas, the 5-star quarterback. Elite Dev for the 4-star right tackle, Terrence Durant. Ricky Hills has Impact. Normal for Carlos Dog. Great name. Antoine Bowers has Normal. Same thing for Terrence Ricks. And Keenan Tiffin. And Stephen East. So a lot of normal dev players. But we did pull an elite dev. I'll take that. Always nice to have an elite dev. We have more upgrade points. I didn't see that. So we can spend more on our Master Motivator. This should be able to... Yeah, we can max out Master Motivator now. To all the ones that care. Or all the ones that matter. Now I guess we can save up until Elite Recruiter. But it's probably... The series is probably going to be over before we get enough skill points to save up for that. It certainly will be over before we can actually make anything happen with it. Are we going to get some confetti, though? Some fireworks and confetti? No. Wow, a 2-game losing streak to end the year? That's super annoying. We lose to Oregon in the Big Ten title game, and we lose to Tennessee in our home playoff game. I don't think we're going to be winning a national championship in the rest of the season simulations. Because we only have one more year to go. This is the final year of simulation. This is the final year of simulation. Unless, I guess, Caleb Lyle goes to the draft. He had a good enough year to probably make it make sense. Florida State beats Ohio State. Or no, Alabama beats Ohio State. I didn't read that right. Alabama beats Ohio State in the national championship. That gives me war flashbacks. Randall Triplett, another running. Why do they just recruit the same 2 positions? It's like right tackles and running backs are all that they recruit. Players leaving. J.D. Flaherty wants to go to the draft at 6'4", 291. I don't want him to leave. But he will go. Roman Smoot, he will come back. Richard Penn tried to leave last year. He's going to come back again. And then Chuck Daniels wants to transfer. This time he will actually transfer. Come on, Chuck. Why you got to be like that? Why you got to be like that? Quarterback. No quarterbacks graduated, so Caleb Lyle will come back. Greg Feely will go to the draft as a projected round 1 guy. We brought back Richard Penn. Unfortunately, J.D. Flattery is leaving. Loved him. He was a great player for us. Casey Berg will graduate as well. No left guards or left tackles. Cal Melvin goes. 3 guards will leave, and then Roman Smoot we brought back. Chuck Daniels will graduate, will transfer, unfortunately. Kevin Costello will graduate and go to the draft, and Terrell Stimson will leave. No left outside linebacker. Suatonga and Randy Braun will both graduate. Corners, Dante Barnes, who we got in the transfer portal, and Jamie McGee will graduate. And then Prince graduates, and then no kickers, no punters, and everything like that. Okay, so the one that hurts me the most is Chuck. He was one of our first 5 stars that we got in this past episode, the one that we're currently doing right now. We're fully up to full prestige, all the 5-star prestige, which is nice. That's very nice to see. Draft results, though, how are we looking? We've got round 1 for Flaherty and Greg Feely, 3 for Kevin Costello, and 6 for Terrell Stimson. That's solid numbers. Solid numbers. I'm probably not going to do anything in the transfer portal this year because we're not going to have anybody that wants to come here anyway, so I'm just going to let the CPU handle all of that. If they want to bring more guys in, that's totally fine. Let's get to National Signing Day, and then we can simulate the final year of the video. The final year of the video, we will say goodbye to the last of our recruiting class that we just had this year. We're fully 5-star prestiged. How does National Signing Day turn out for us? We finished with a class rank of 14. So we've stayed in the top 25 each of the years we've simulated. So I'd say the CPU is doing an okay job. Position changes, though, we have no athletes this year to change. Okay, that's perfect. But we are going to be losing a lot of guys. Caleb Lyle, this is the last of the recruiting class that we have. So we will say goodbye to all of these guys. These are the ones that we just recruited this past year in the video, the first year of the video. Season 9? Season 8? Season 8. So we'll say goodbye to all these guys when they graduate, and then that will be the video. So it's been a fun ride with Ohio. It's been a real fun ride with the Bobcats. We were able to win 2 national titles, make it to another semifinal in this simulation period. I don't know if we're going to be able to win another national championship, but 2 titles in, 12 years for Ohio? I'd say that's pretty solid. That's pretty solid. So Richard Penn becomes our highest overall player with Flattery graduating or going to the draft. Then Kona Jewell, Sateki Choi is going to get a start. We got a good team. I think we can win another probably 10 games, I think. Maybe go to a conference championship. Hopefully win it this time in our final attempt. But I guess we'll have to find out. Let's get encouraged transfers out of the way. We have too many people. You know what? I'm just going to let them handle it. Whoever they want to cut, they can cut. I was probably just going to cut all the guys they brought in the last year recruiting class because they were all sucky. But they'll cut whoever they want to cut, I guess. Okay. Let's get to the final year of simulation. Our custom schedule, what's it looking like? We got Arizona State. They keep wanting me to schedule FCS teams. I'm not going to play an FCS school. Just put Baylor in there, I guess. Doesn't really matter. Why do I always do that? Why do I always do that? All right, there's Baylor. Save changes. Thank you. All right, so we hopefully win a bunch of games this year. That's the goal. It's the goal every year. Did I see we had a Heisman finalist or a potential guy? Richard Penn is actually in the running for a Heisman this year. That'd be pretty cool if he could get it. The depth chart is going to be Caleb Lyle, his final year. Then we've got Sateki Choi will be the starting running back for us, as expected. He's got 97 speed. That's one of the fastest running backs I've ever seen. Just right, because he had 97 speed out the gates. I've seen 99 speed running backs, but that's because of training and stuff. Penn, then Toppins, then Cormier, then Cook. There's some good players in this class. Absolutely. Or some good players in this on this team from the recruiting classes. But I'm going to simulate the year, and we will say goodbye to all of our very good players. But before that, are we going to play in a national championship? So the final year of our simulation has wrapped up. We will not be playing in the Big Ten title, so we finish with never winning in a Big Ten championship game, unfortunately. It's kind of sad. We finished 9-3. It seems like Caleb Lyle isn't as good as I thought he was. We lost by a single point to Arizona State first game of the year. Then we lost to Nebraska and Oregon. Shocker, we lost to Oregon. We always lose to them. All right, unfortunate. It is what it is, though. I don't know if we're going to be playing in a playoff game or not. Probably. We have a good resume, so we probably should be playing in. We get a 4-star guard, though. We probably should be playing in a home playoff game. But we'll find out. We got to take a look at stats, though. Final stats. What do we got? We got 2,400. Oh, we did not play very well this year. 2,400 yards, 24 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions for Caleb Lyle. 995 and 12 for Sateki Choi. 788 and 6 for Antonio Cormier. Yeah, Richard Penn is not going to be winning the Heisman this year with these numbers. Defensively, Chester Velez has 82 tackles. The guy's name that I don't even know how to pronounce or how to even begin to pronounce, Hakeem, he gets 7 tackles for loss. Carl Batonio has 7 as well. Sack leader is Lane Batonio with 4. Interception leader is Neiman with 4. So just overall, just kind of a down year in terms of just the whole team just didn't play that well with their stats. We still somehow won 9 games, but just did not perform very well. A 3-star left end, 3-star running back King Coffee. That's a great name. A 4-star corner, Jason Galladay. Okay. The CPU recruiting's doing okay. It's not going after as many 5-stars as I would like, as a West Virginia quarterback wins the Heisman. It's not going as many 5-stars as I would prefer, but it's whatever. The CPU's never going to do that. I don't even think with like Alabama or Ohio State they would go after it. But we've got a big time game against Florida. We beat them last time we played them in simulation. I think it was in simulation. Are we going to get some confetti? No, we lose. So that is how our career will end here in Ohio. We finish. We played, I can't even see 2024 anymore. Well, we went from 2024, 2025, 2026. So that's 3 years already. Then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we did 12 years of Ohio Bobcat Dynasty, the last 4 being simmed. We only had a little bit of success, a minor amount of success in the simulation years as we won 11 games and won a playoff game, won 2 playoff games actually. But other than that, we don't really have much to look forward to. I mean, didn't really do too much, did we? Didn't really do too much. But, I mean, when you're doing simulation, you can't really expect to do that much. But I had a good time with the Bobcats. I've enjoyed building them from the MAC, taking them to the Big Ten, never winning the Big Ten, but hey, it is what it is. As Charlotte is playing for a national championship against the team that beat us, Florida. If Charlotte wins this national title, I'm going to flip out. That's crazy. Who wins it? It's going to be Florida, but it wasn't easy. 28-21. Florida barely fends off Charlotte of all people, or all teams, to win a national title. That's crazy. A 4-star right tackle. See, they always recruit right tackle. Where's the left tackles? Why don't you want to go for left tackles? Players leaving. This is going to be the sad screen. So we're going to be saying goodbye to Caleb Lyle, Jimmy Dial, and Gregory Freeman, all going to be graduating. At running back, I'm not going to bring Sateki Choi back because he was part of that last recruiting class, or one of the last recruiting classes, and I like him. So I'm going to let him go. We're also going to be losing Kerry Montgomery. He's graduating. Anthony Toppins, Alex Cook, and Richard Penn graduating, but Penn's going to go to the draft. Tight end, DeAndre Sims and Demarius DeVries. No left guards or left tackles. Nick York graduating. Keenan Denny graduating. Roman Smoot, Nasir Shorter, and Bryce Matlock. No left ends, no D tackles. Evan Figures at right end. No outside linebackers. Chester Velez and Kona Jewell. DeMarcus Brady, Amani Neiman, and Spencer Yoder. So pretty much everybody that was in that last recruiting class from season number 8, everybody in that last class that we just did at the beginning of this video has graduated and gone to the NFL, which is pretty nice. So we can say goodbye to all those players. We had Richard Penn go in round 1. Nick York, Roman Smoot, and Kona Jewell all go round 1 in the draft. Round 2 is Sateki Choi, Amani Neiman, and then round 4 is DeAndre Sims, and Evan Figures goes round 5. So some big-time draft picks for the boys this year. Can I take a look at career stats before they're gone, or are they already gone? Okay, so I can't see Caleb Lyle. So Caleb Lyle finishes with 6,100 yards in his career, 68 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Sateki finishes with 1,400 yards, 18 touchdowns. Receiving, Richard Penn, how is he this good? He only had 2,900 yards. Toppins had more yards than him. I don't understand. And then defensively, Kona Jewell comes in with 239 tackles. Sack leader is Batonio with 11, and then Neiman had 11 picks. What about career records? That's coaching stats. That's not what I wanted to look at. Although we can take a look at it. We have a final record. I know my camera's in the way. We have a final record of 120 and 46 with Ohio. And this is a fully brand new coach. So all these numbers are what we did in this series. We finish with a 12-7 bowl record, which all of those losses come in simulation, I think, right? Did we lose the bowl game? We might have lost the bowl game in the early portion of the simulations. We beat our rivals every single time. We're 13-0, and versus the top 25, 31-17. I'd say those are pretty good numbers for Coach Juice in his Ohio Bobcat coaching career. Any career numbers for the Bobcats? How are we looking? Did we beat any records? Records. How did we do? How did we do? How do we do? That's Ohio State. Here we go. So Kelshim Ware finishes with the most passing yards in team history with 12,000. We didn't get a running back, but we do get receiver with Anthony Toppins, 3,600 yards through the air. And he had the most receptions with 259. Kelshim Ware had the most passing touchdowns, 131. It seems like he's the best quarterback in team history. Nathan Rourke had the most rushing touchdowns. Anthony Toppins has the most touchdown catches. Terrell Basham has the most sacks. And then Joe Callan has the most interceptions with 18. So we do get some big-time records with Kelshim Ware. He was a fun player to have. But let's simulate to National Signing Day and finish up this video. I had a real good time with this team, man. I don't think I'm going to do another one since it's already, by the time this video is going to go up, it's probably already middle of April. And the new college football game will come out in sometime in the summer. I'm guessing sometime in late July, maybe August, middle August sometime. So it's I probably won't have enough time to be able to do a 3-hour simulation every single season. So I'm probably not going to do another one of these, but this was fun. I really enjoyed it. And our final recruiting class, we finish, where do we finish at in the Big Ten? We finish number 20. So the CPU auto recruiting wasn't fantastic by any means, but it didn't absolutely murder us in terms of only getting us 2 stars and 3 stars, and then we completely fall off a cliff. At least we were performing somewhat. And we do, in fact, get to level 50, which is max level. So we can finally finish off Coach Juice's career with a nice little 50 level upgrade. And we will buy Elite Recruiter to finish off, and I guess we'll spend some into it. Oh, no, we can't because that's 8. So I guess we go into Tactician. No, we can't buy that because okay, we'll just keep 5 points then because we can't do anything else. We could go into like punter and kicker for motivator, but that doesn't really matter. That is where we will end the series. The final training results, Avery Cush, but we don't have any connection to any of these. I guess Bernie Sims, but it doesn't really matter. These guys will leave and they will be done. So we will finish up right here. I hope you guys enjoyed this series. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it. I know these videos are super long, but that's how long it takes to get everything, a whole season, including off season, encompassed in a single video. So I appreciate anybody that watched through the whole way, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.